It is time to rise above and play some Rejoice Christian Eagles playoff football as the Eagles continue their quest to make it back to the championship game next week in Edmond to defend their title. They've got one more hurdle in the way in the form of the Pawhuska Huskies to be able to accomplish that. Good evening and welcome, everyone. I'm Bill Bush, joined by my wingman, Mark Kirk, and we are coming to you live from Mustang Stadium in Oologah, Oklahoma, on the campus of Oologah High School. The Eagles come into tonight's contest with an 11-1 overall record, and were able to play what was probably, Mark, we talked about this, their most complete game of the season 2 weeks ago, as they completely dominated the Hooker Bulldogs with a 49-8 shellacking of those Bulldogs. And Pawhuska enters tonight with an identical 11-1 record after upsetting previously undefeated Wynnewood 28-26 in a game that was played in Wynnewood. So, Mark, both squads are doing what they're supposed to do at this time of year, and that's playing at a very high level.
Absolutely. I mean, you would expect anything less of the two. You know, there's 4 teams still left, right? 2 of the best are here tonight, and they should be playing the best at the ball if they played all year long. And on the Rejoices side, for sure, we know what's happening on both the offensive side and the defensive side.
Yeah, I mean, last week, and we'll take a look at those the stats. The Eagles just great on offense, great on defense, just really kind of a surprising shutdown of the Hooker Bulldogs. Passing, you had Camion Nero was 12 of 18, no interceptions for 179 yards and 3 touchdowns. Receiving was Holt Wilson with 3 catches, 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zizi Okofuluezi, 3 catches, 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. Actually, Zizi had 3 catches, 46 yards and no touchdowns. Tristan Willis had 1 catch for a 39-yard touchdown, and Neil Lieber had 2 catches for 28 yards. Rushing the ball was Compton Nero, doing it on the ground, 7 rushes for 112 yards and a touchdown, and that was our big player of the game play. That was a 94-yard touchdown that out of his 112, so he got a lot of them on one run. But it was huge.
It was a big one.
Because we were backed up in the shadow of our goalpost, and he was able to pop it out. Just no sooner had Mark said it'd be it's about time. They're expecting Noah to take the ball up the middle. It'd be a good time to pop it outside, and that's exactly what happened as he took one for 94 yards for the touchdown. Noah, our offensive player of the game, had 10 rushes for 92 yards and 3 touchdowns. On the defensive side, you had Neil Lieber, our defensive player of the game, had 9 tackles, 8 solo, a pass breakup, and 2 interceptions. Cade Schaefer, 15 tackles, 10 solo. Holt Wilson, 4 tackles, 3 solos, and 2 interceptions. So Holt had 2 touchdowns on the offense and 2 interceptions on defense. Knew what to do when the ball got close to him.
And it was a fantastic game for Holt, for sure, on both sides of the ball. Camion as well on both sides of the ball.
Yep. Camion had 8 tackles, 7 solo. Max Eichmann, 4 tackles. And the thing about on Camion's, some of his tackles weren't just after they broke away and got out to the end. A lot of those, he's crashing down, right flying, and just getting them on the ends out there. Just crashes down towards the line. Does a great job of that. Max Eichmann, 4 tackles, 2 solo, and a pass breakup. Alex Yorman had an interception. Kanan Carpenter, a freshman, had 5 tackles, 2 solo, and 1 for tackle for a loss. Tanner Piazza, 4 tackles, 3 solos. And Mark, just like we talked about in the show, you had 21 players making tackles. We had several guys, because we just give you the top performers. We had several guys making 2 and 3 and 4 tackles all night long.
Absolutely. Like I said, everybody on the field was getting in on the action, for sure, all night long. Sorry about the voice, folks. I've kind of lost it before everyone gets hurt in the game. Yeah. Screaming and yelling, right? But anyway, it was a fantastic game, and really watching on the defensive side, everybody on the field was just flying to the ball, making tackles, making plays, getting their job done. But it just did my heart good to watch them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mark, outside of that first half of the Morrison game, the Eagles, they really haven't been tested since week 5 against Pecola. I mean, obviously the Huskies, like we said, they're playing at a very high level, and they've got some really good athletes. I mean, if you've seen them on film, if you haven't seen them on film, you go back and watch them, you're thinking, okay, yeah, these guys are for real. They're big. Starting with their quarterback, Kane Foreman, who is 6'3", 215 pounds. He's 154 of 227 for 2,257 yards and 30 touchdowns this year. And he's also rushed for 7 TDs. You've got tailbacks, number 1, Jensen Snodgrass. He's a very quick tailback. Number 5, Van Wildcat. So it's going to be fun when he gets in the Wildcat, because you're going to have Wildcat in the Wildcat.
Wildcat in the Wildcat.
And he's also big, 6'3", 190 pounds, who will just flat out run over you if you get in his way. And out at wide receiver, they've got that gets the ball a lot, especially they've got a funky little formation that you'll see, to where they'll take their slot back and they'll put him perpendicular to the line facing the quarterback, and a lot of times they'll do it out of a fake punt formation, and you got to watch for that play. And number 2, Corlin Cass, is one of the guys that takes that ball. Number 4, Logan Cass, is also a guy you're going to have to watch for. And they're a 50-50 team, meaning that they're going to throw the ball around just about the same amount that they'll run it. And they're a very balanced team. We're going to take a few seconds here as we have a moment of silence and then the Pledge of Allegiance, or the national anthem.
At this time, we'd like to honor the great men and women of the armed services who have fought to defend our freedom. A performance of our national anthem from Amy Houghton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
As we were saying, they're a Pawhuska that comes in tonight being a very balanced team, and so that brings us to our Kirk's Keys portion of the game. It's time now for those Kirk's Keys. The Huskies are in the same spot as Rejoice was last year, looking for their first football state championship. And Mark, you're somewhat familiar with the culture up there in Pawhuska. They're really going to be up for this game, and really obviously nothing better than to beat Rejoice in what would be considered an upset. So what's it going to take for the Eagles to beat this talented Husky squad and advance to the championship game next week down in Edmond?
Well, for sure. I mean, the Eagles got to just continue on doing what they did the last couple of weeks, playing outstanding on both sides of the ball. But I can tell you that from the Pawhuska side, they've been anticipating getting to this point from the beginning of the season. They really have assumed that they're going to be in the state playoffs. They're going to be playing for it. They just thought this is their year. They're going to be able to get there, and they're going to go after it. So they're coming in with the right attitude. I know that. We've got to come in with the same kind of attitude and do our job. I mean, the Pawhuska, if you look at the number of skill players, the number of assets on both sides of the ball, Pawhuska and Rejoice outnumbers them. I mean, we've got far more tools in our bag. We need to take advantage of that tonight. The other thing is we've been playing really well as far as penalties go. We need to do that for sure tonight. And then, as we saw last week, turnovers.
Yeah.
We were on the plus side of turnovers,
yep.
And it made a huge difference, obviously. We have to be back in the same way tonight. Make sure we take care of the ball and we take advantage of any turnovers we can pick up from them.
So we see the captains going out on the field. Looks like we've got Neil Lieber, Noah Goodwin, Ben Liniger, and Tristan White for the Eagles. We'll see what the flip is here and who wins the toss, the all-important toss. And we want to thank Todd Witten. He got us all set up here tonight with a canopy and some wind block because, folks, it's not a warm December night, but it's not supposed to be. It's December, right?
We got our own little igloo up
That's
here.
right. He did a great job, and we sure appreciate it because you look around and everybody's all bundled up, as are we. We're sitting out here behind the Rejoice fans, so it may get a little noisy up here. Looks like Pawhuska has won the toss, and they decide to receive. I say they won the toss. Yeah.
Yep.
So they received and they want to take it. So they want to get right on the field with their offense to see if they can get on the board. And we'll take that any day of the week because we had given it to them and deferred if we would have won the toss.
For sure.
And so looks like the Pawhuska Huskies, they'll be receiving on the north end. This field runs north and south. Right to or left to right on your screen, right to left, however you want to say it. But your right side is going to be the north end zone. The left side is going to be the south end zone. We will be kicking off from the south. Really no breeze to speak of. You look at the flag, and it's
a good thing,
yeah,
too.
Nothing like it was last week because the wind was brisk or 2 weeks ago. Wind was brisk all week long, and so, or all day, night long, and so. That's a good thing. That means you don't really have to worry about passes going errant. I mean, if you make a good pass, it should drop in. And, man, I tell you what, Mark, Camion made some throws last week that you're just against it. Yeah, I mean, he was throwing the thing 30, 40 yards downfield against the wind, and he was dropping dimes in the breadbasket as your Eagles take the field. And you can hear the horns and the bells and the clangers and everything going on. It's going to be a noisy one here tonight as both squads have traveled well. I mean, it's really kind of a home game, so to speak, except for the comforts of the press box.
For the comforts.
It's about, it's 10 minutes up the road, folks, from Rejoice. It's not that far, so it's very nice. Pawhuska didn't have to go too far. It's probably, about an hour drive?
Yeah, it's about an hour.
I mean, but I think, I'm pretty sure that the Eagles were able to dress in their friendly confines of the Gibbs Fieldhouse and then make that trip up here. And so they're able to really a comfortable, nice little ride, and they're didn't have to worry about.
It's a really nice facility
renting a bus.
too.
Yeah, it really is.
Nice facility, good field, good lighting.
Yeah,
plenty of space, and it is a little cold.
Turf field. So we're about to get underway as Duncan Andrus is going to do what Duncan does, as he continues to try to climb. We didn't find out.
Yeah, we should check.
I think I'll bet his dad knows if we can locate his dad here sometime tonight, but I bet he's got about 58 touchbacks so far on the year. It's going to be right at that, 58, 59. So he may have as many as 60. More. I know he was shooting him. He's got his own record. He keeps breaking it every week. I mean, he keeps adding to it, not breaking it, but adding to it. And he's trying to, for whatever reason, his goal is 65. And he's going to probably get that start off, adding to that as the game is just about to get underway, waiting for the ready-to-play signal from the White Hat. He's probably waiting for it to be right at 7 o'clock. He's got the signal, so Duncan acknowledges, and we are underway here in this semifinal game, and it is a touchback as Duncan Andrus adds to that total. So the Huskies, they'll have to start out on their 20-yard line, and that's the way we like it. Make them go that 80 yards, make them earn every inch. And so they'll have it first and 10.
I would watch for them to come out and really try something special on the offense to try and get. I'm sure they don't want to play from behind.
Yeah, no,
they want to go out and score on this first possession.
Oh yeah,
so I look for something.
There's a reason they took the ball to start the game.
I'm definitely looking for something out of the box.
Probably a couple reasons. One, it keeps the offense of the Eagles off the field, and then gives them a chance to go up early. So. Back at quarterback is going to be that big Kane Foreman, 6'3", 215 senior. back in the gun. You got trips on this side, got a man in motion. Back to pass to Snodgrass. He had it out there to his man, and he is, looked like he was going to be wrapped up, and then he is, the follow-up still going, and finally stopped after gaining about 3. It had him stopped for really almost no gain.
Basically at the line, yeah.
That was Cade Schaefer finally making the tackle. Snodgrass out there with about a 3-yard, a gain of 3. We'll call it 2nd down and 7. Ball on the 23-yard line. Hands off this time to big number 6. And again, like we said, they're big, as that was Dane Jensen, I believe, on the carry. Actually, it's number 3 or 5. Okay, Van Wildcat with the carry. 3rd and short here early for the Huskies. As Foreman waits for the snap. Has it out quick to, again, number 5.
Got to see him on the outside there and certainly picked up.
Able to pick up about 10 on it. That's going to bring up a 1st and 10. As that was Wildcat. A 1st down for the Huskies out at their own. They're going to say he was actually down at the 37-yard line. So 1st and 10 there. Foreman in the gun. Back to pass. He's got again.
Wildcat open.
Wildcat again out there in the flat. Picks up another 1st down. He's just going out in the flat mark and short, quick passes.
We tried an arm tackle there. He's not the guy we're going to be able to arm tackle. You pretty well see that right off the bat.
Another tackle by Cade Schaefer right at the 50-yard line. So quickly, the Huskies, empty backfield. Quads out on this side. Going again long down the right-hand side and overthrows everybody. A little bit of pressure back that time by 53. And that's Jeremiah Tate on the pressure. So that brings up a 2nd down and 10. Pawhuska going quickly. Foreman in the gun, hands off. No, he does hand off the Wildcat. He goes around the right-hand side, and he's got room, and he's taking off down the field. Finally dragged down there by Jeremiah Tate again, but not before he picks up about 30 yards.
Big run.
Yeah, all the way down to the 21. It looks like the defense, we're going to call timeout. I think that Coach Johnson's seen enough, saying, all right, guys, we need to step it up. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller.
State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller are proud Rejoice Eagles supporters. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, visit State Farm Agent Casey Miller on the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
Contact Lori McNeil with Dreaming About Vacations for all of your vacation needs. Lori is a Travel Alaska certified expert, preferred Universal Orlando agent, and authorized Disney vacation planner, preferred Sandals agent, and Hawaii destination specialist. She also is a certified agent for multiple cruise lines. She covers it all. Contact Lori McNeil for all your vacation needs. She would love to serve you on your next adventure. Call her at 918-906-5730 or drop her an email at lori@dreamingaboutvacations.com. And you can also check her out on her Facebook page, Dreaming About Vacations, Lori M. So all set, ready to go. And this time it's just going to be, this time it's Wildcat on this side. Much better job that time. Who was out there fighting off a block? Tristan White out there.
Good.
Dragging Wildcat down that time. Gained about 3 that time. Much better job that time containing him.
Much better job.
So it looks like, for right now, looks like Coach Eckel has, I said Brent Johnson a while ago, Coach Eckel, the defensive coordinator for the Eagles. 2nd down and 7. Ball on the 19. Back to pass is Foreman. Out to his right side has Wildcat, and it's just been the Wildcat show right now, Mark, as he's able to get down inside the 15. Going to have it down probably about the 11-yard line. Luke Schaefer on the tackle. That'll bring up a 1st and 10. Actually, it looks like it's going to be 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line at the 9. So the Huskies have just marched right down from their own 20 down to the Eagle 9. Foreman has the snap, hands off again to Wildcat. He hits the middle and keeps going, still driving in for the score. And so, boy, Mark, just like that, we see it. We tried to tell you, folks. I know you probably thought, oh, no, we'll be able to handle these guys. These guys are good. There's a reason they're playing in the semifinals, and they're able to put the first points on the board. And this is going to be that funky little setup where Wildcat actually is facing inside, kind of a swinging gate. And now they went ahead and passed it to him. Looks like they're going to keep him from scoring if they can push him backwards, and they do. They stopped a 2-point conversion. Who was that back there? Looks like that was Luke Kirkpatrick.
Yep, Luke Kirkpatrick.
On the tackle. I think Max Eichmann also helping out.
Yeah, I was looking to see who the other was. These numbers on the white uniforms are kind of hard to see.
Yeah, especially we're about the 35-yard line up on the north end of the field. They're actually down. That score was down the south end of the field, so we're a ways away, but able to pick that up. This time out sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller.
Eagles fans, make sure to stop by Billy Sims Barbecue for that pregame tailgate celebration. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or just hungry for delicious barbecue, be sure to visit our Eagles football sponsor, Billy Sims Barbecue, at 12416 East 86th Street North in Owasso.
And speaking of Max Eichmann, he is our Rise Above player of the game this evening, and that is sponsored by Torch Plumbing and Heating and Cooling. As an Owasso-based family-owned business, they specialize in heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services. Your trusted partner for Owasso HVAC and plumbing solutions. Give them a call at 918-358-6724 or check them out at torchservices.com. So now we got to answer score for score here, Mark, because, again, until we can get this figured out and slow down that, I mean, really, and as you saw there on that drive, it's not just running. It's short passes, and then once they get the ball, you've got to tackle because
you got to tackle, exactly. And they had one incompletion that whole drive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're making accurate passes and moved on right on down the field.
So running, passing, very successful drive, an 80-yard drive that took about 13 minutes off of the clock. 9:15 remaining in the first quarter, as getting ready to kick off. I think that is
7?
Is that number 7? That's going to be Jimmy Wildcat, another Wildcat. It's either 7 or 1.
It's one.
That's going to be Jensen Snodgrass catching it about the 12-yard line. It looks like that is, we'll see who that was that took that.
Alex Yorman?
Is that? No, yeah, Alex Yorman on the return. We know what Alex can do. You don't want to give him too much room if you're the opponent because he can turn on the Jets. Able to get a good return of about 20 yards out to the 32-yard line or 33-yard line. Well, they'll be 1st and 10 there. Camion in the gun, joined back there by Goodwin. Twins left and right. Man in motion is Luke Schaefer. Fakes the handoff. Camion keeps himself. Very little yardage on that. Maybe 1. We'll see where they spot it as the Huskies able to shut down that. Yep, 1-yard gain. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9. Ball out at the 34-yard line. The Eagles are going to go quick. Empty backfield this time. Got that tight bunch set.
They don't have enough people over here on the side to cover.
Back to pass is Camion. He's got it out here to his outside in the left side. Hope Wilson with the grab. It's going to be close to a 1st down, and it is going to be a First Bank of Owasso 1st down for the Eagles as Wilson brings it in out at the 44-yard line. So just like that, the Eagles themselves are almost out to the 50. Twins down here on the bottom side of your screen. Hands off this time to fakes the handoff, and he pulls it and he goes around the outside, and they had it. They had it snuffed out as no gain on the play. May even lost yardage. Looks like there'll be about a half-yard loss. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and a long 10 or a short 11. Ball actually there's a full yard loss. Ball back to the 43-yard line. 2nd and 11. They've got somebody keying on Camion.
They're setting on Camion to carry the ball, that's for sure.
Twins down here on the bottom part of your screen. Single wide out up on top. I think that's Hope Wilson on the top. Z down here on the bottom.
They try man-to-man on Z.
Yeah, they're going to go man on Z. Back to pass is Camion. He's going downfield. He's got a man open, and Holt's got it. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown. Rejoice, Christian Eagles. I don't see any flags. So that's a Billy Sims barbecue touchdown. And just like that, the Eagles strike quickly on a 47-yard toss and catch, 43-yard toss and catch. Actually, 47-yard toss and catch went from the 43
on that side, exactly.
on the other side of the 50. So Duncan Andrus will attempt to put the Eagles in the lead out of the hold of Tanner Piazza, out of the snap of Tristan Willis. Gets the go-ahead signal. Tristan gives the signal. Snap is back, holds down, kick is up, and the Eagles have taken the lead right back. 7-6 with 7:42 remaining in the first quarter. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller.
First Bank of Owasso for over 60 years has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence. And they are proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in.
And Mark, that's probably that obviously is the best thing that could happen. You're probably a little bit shell-shocked thinking, okay, they just came right out. But, we saw that against Morrison. Morrison came right out, and, and it wasn't until we got going. And we even talked about that game. But I think Pawhuska's got a few more players than what Morrison had. So the attrition probably won't set in as much as what it did against Morrison. So you can't count on that. You can't count on, making the second half strong. You got to, right here, hopefully they've talked to the defense and made the adjustments here early so that you don't have to wait till halftime. You want to make in-game adjustments so that way you can shut down this running game. Well, again, it's not just running. But you got to stop five.
Somebody's got to stop Wildcat, exactly. And he's not going to be able to be arm tackled. We've got to square him up and put him on the ground.
Well, and as we said, that's easier said than done as he goes 6'3", 190 pounds. He's a junior for the Huskies. So Duncan Andrus will be set to kick it off, see if he can continue to add to that touchback total, as most likely he will. He's had a little bit of a gimpy of a plant ankle, but that doesn't seem to be any problem. Actually, it is going to be a little short, taking about the 3-yard line. Coming out is Snodgrass, and well covered by the Eagles, and they're going to have him back at the 15. So the Eagles did a good job of covering the kick. Works out better.
Turns out better, exactly.
Yeah, and who was that? They were coming out. Riker Golightly coming out of the bottom of that pile. Several Eagles.
Yeah, Nick Sturl. So Alex Schwarman, there's a bunch of them on that pile.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, once the first guy hit him, it was just everybody collapsed on the runner. So they'll have it just outside the 15, about the 16-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Huskies on their own 16-yard line. Foreman takes it, rolls out to his right. Actually, it's Snodgrass just takes the Wildcat.
That ain't gonna work.
And it lost yardage. So that's going to I think that was that Max Eichmann out there? Looks like Max Eichmann was one of the guys out there. Kay Schaefer.
For sure.
And it looked like Hope Wilson possibly.
Yep. Luke Schaefer.
So a loss of 2 on the play, or 1. That brings up a 2nd down 11. Ball on the 14-yard line now, between the 14 and 15. Hands off this time again. Snodgrass. He's around the right side. He's got nowhere to go as he's being tackled in the backfield. Great job by Hope Wilson.
Yep.
Making a shoestring tackle. Another loss of yards. As again, and Mark, we talk about their speed, and that's one of their guys that's really quick. And that is Jensen Snodgrass, but he loses about 5 on that. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 15 for the Huskies, deep in their own territory. Back to pass, and right there to get him, slow him down and tackle him. They didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. We'll see who that was, finally bringing him down. Snodgrass on the reception. Tristan White on the tackle. So it's going to be 4th down and 8. And you got to watch here, because this is where they do that funky formation, and they'll fake punt it. Actually, this time they're just setting up in a regular punt formation.
Dangerous place to fake
but
punt,
you still have to watch for a fake. Has it, gets it away quickly.
Blocked.
Short kick, and it takes
takes
an Eagle bounce. Actually goes almost sideways. And the Eagles are going to have it at the 41-yard line. Great job by I think we've got the best coaches in the state, Mark, because they do the best job at making adjustments. And Coach Eckel said, we're not waiting until halftime to make an adjustment. We're going to stop this right now.
We see what's happening. We know what to do to fix it.
And
they did.
And it was kind of I'm really kind of wondering why they didn't stick with the Wildcat, giving it to number 5 Wildcat, and went with Snodgrass as opposed to keeping it like it was. I guess they're just trying to mix it up, but it didn't work.
Probably figure out for the whole game. They probably thought we were going to start King on the Wildcat on this series. And
back to passes Camion, looking downfield. He's got looking for ZZ. ZZ's got it, and he's got the reception. He's got it down at the 1-yard line. Great toss and catch. Dropped it in the basket. Oh, my goodness, where only Z could get it. A toss of 45 yards. Actually, 45 yards goes down to the 2.
It's like on the 1-foot line.
They're putting it right at the 1, so 46-yard toss and catch. Got to make sure we got the right personnel in. Now we're going to have Tristan go out down here. Trips on the top. Give it off to Noah. He knows what to do with it, and he bows in for the touchdown for the Rejoice Christian Eagles. Noah Goodwin with a score, the 1-yard plunge, and the Eagles go up 13-6 with 5:32. And just like they did last week, they score quick, Mark. It doesn't take long whenever you're knocking off 40 yards at a time.
Whack, exactly, for sure. Good-looking stuff. That was an excellent pass. I mean, the way he dropped that in there, you're right. There was absolutely nobody had a chance at it except for Z.
100% dropped it in the basket, just a dime to Z for that score for the Eagles. And so Duncan Andrus will look to add the extra point out of the hole of Tanner Piazza, out of the snap of Tristan Willis. Snap is back, holds down. Good job of get it over in front of him. And it's good. So with 5:32 remaining in the first quarter, it's your Eagles 14, the Huskies 6.
State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller are proud Rejoice Eagles supporters. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life. Visit State Farm Agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
And nothing says awesome job like the gift of barbecue. And our touchdown sponsor, you can buy Billy Sims barbecue gift cards in-store or online and wow that special someone with slow smoked barbecue and lip-smacking desserts. Big or small, Billy Sims Barbecue caters to all. They are the barbecue catering experts and make catering your event as easy as 1, 2, 3. From 15 to 5,000, they can customize their catering to meet your needs. Got a group smaller than 15? That's not a problem. They've got take-home packs perfect for smaller groups or families. Visit them online at BillySimsBBQ.com or at Billy Sims Barbecue in Owasso at 123rd and 86th Street North. So, Mark, I mean, that all started because of the great defensive stand.
The defensive stand on the second series, exactly.
Sending the Huskies backwards.
So now we're going to find out what Huskies game plan really is, because they're going to be going to their game plan.
Yeah, they're going to go to what worked the first time, as Duncan waits for the all clear to go signal. Taking their time is the white hat. He gives the signal. And Duncan, we've got that different type of kickoff formation where they come in from the sides, and that one goes into the end zone. So there, Duncan adds to his. I think they learned that, okay, they're pretty fast. We probably shouldn't catch it. But he didn't have a chance anyway, as that was 3 yards deep into the end zone when it landed. So Duncan adds to that touchback total that he has. We've got to find out by halftime what his total is for right now for the season. As the Huskies.
If he was at 54 before the last game even started,
then he had to be almost 60 or 61.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, there were 7, so that'd be 61. So he's already got 2. So he may get hit at 65 tonight and say, I want to get 70. So the Huskies on their own 20-yard line, Foreman in the gun, Snodgrass in motion, waits for the snap. Quick pass over here out in the flat, and he's got some room, able to pick up about 9 on the play, and that play has probably hurt us more than any play.
Because it's short, and they're not going downfield at all on that pass.
No.
They're trying to get right about the line of scrimmage, and we're not crashing down on it.
And they're just going to see if they can outrun us.
Exactly.
And it's been their most effective play. I'm sure they're going to probably stick with it. Twins to left and right for Foreman, dotting the I in the backfield.
Well, go downfield.
You got a man open in the right, just actually throws it out where nobody could catch it. Well covered out there by Neil Lieber. Was intended for Cass. That'll bring up a second or a third down and 1. And that was one of those plays you could actually probably throw away. However, we can make them pay for it right here as we can tackle them behind the line. Get another. We had 2 tackles for loss in that first series. Actually, I guess 3, all 3. Well, no, 2 tackles for loss, and then they got back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 1 still as Foreman hands it off. Able to pick up the first down. Cade Schaefer there on the bottom. Let's see who that was on top of the pile.
Wildcat, isn't it?
And that was Max Eichmann, our rise above. Wildcat. Yeah, Wildcat in the well, actually handed off to Wildcat.
Yep.
So first and 10 as that gets out over the 30 to the 31. It'll be first and 10 there for the Huskies. Again, Foreman in the gun, Twins left and right. Now you got a man in motion in Snodgrass. Hands off to Wildcat again. He goes to the right side. He was slowed down there initially by, I think that was Noah Goodwin.
Yeah, Noah Goodwin.
And then you had Tristan White finished him off, I believe, as that's a loss of 1 on the play.
Yep.
And that's what it's going to take, Mark.
It's going to take. Well,
you've got to get over the. You've got to get behind the line and slow him down.
Yeah, you can't tackle him high either. I mean, you saw it. How Noah came across there and he had him stood up high. But if it was just on Noah, he probably would have got away from him. You're going to have to come in there and get down and get his legs out from
Second and 11 now. As Snodgrass waits for the snap, tries to draw the Eagles offside. They'll have none of it. Twins left and right for Snodgrass. Waiting for the snap. Letting that clock go down just like everybody does, all the way to 2 before he. And then
there he goes.
Snodgrass or Wildcat able to pick up the first down, and again that's just been their money. Is Wildcat as he gets out to the right off the right side, picks up a first down. Cade Schaefer on the tackle, so they'll have it first and 10, still on their side of the 50 at their own 48-yard line. First and 10 there. But, Mark, how long can you ride him? I mean, because –
Well, we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah, because by the fourth quarter, if he's it, and right now, tonight, so far he has been, empty backfield this time for Foreman. You got quads on the bottom of your screen, single wide out on top. He's back to pass, looking for his man downfield. And it looks like it was complete out there. That was out to Jarek Edwards. And he's going to be a tough one to cover. He's 6'4", 180, Mark. So he's got some height. They've got height on their side, too.
It was a really good
Great pass. Dropped it right over the
exactly.
shoulder where only he could catch it. So that'll set him up first and 10 at the Eagles' 27-yard line. Hands off this time again to Wildcat. Actually, he kept it himself, drew it, or pulled it out, and went up the middle. No, actually, he did give it to Wildcat. Pickup of about 5.
I'm not sure the quarterback has kept it yet, has he?
I don't think so. Kilpatrick with the tackle. That'll bring up second down and 5. Ball on the 21-yard line. A short 5, long 4. Back to pass it is Wildcat. Has out there again out to Wildcat. But he's met right there. Very little gain on the play as ZZ forcing him out of bounds. And that was Wildcat on the reception. Actually, it ends up picking up about 3 on the play, as that's going to bring up a third down and 1. Ball down inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line.
I'd guess they're probably going back to Wildcat off tackle to the right again right here.
Yeah, I mean, that's, like I say, that's their bread and butter. Wildcat is in the backfield, hands off to him. He goes off a right tackle, able to bust through there and get a first down. Ball on the ground. We'll see who got it. It was a handoff to Wild. We'll see whose it is. Looks like Pawhuska went ahead. Was able to get it. Put the ball on the turf. There's some discussion. We'll see. And it's going to be Eagle ball. The defense causes a turnover, And the Eagles are able to have it on the ground. I think what happened was they pulled it out of the guy's arms after it was blown dead.
Yeah.
But they discussed it, the officials did, and the Eagles have the ball 1st and 10. I mean, the Huskies were on the 9-yard line when they turned the ball over. So just like that, the Eagles on offense as they created a turnover, Mark. We talked about it. Turnovers could be key tonight, and there's a big one early.
You have to take advantage of it, exactly.
I mean, down at the 9-yard line, putting the ball on the turf, and the Eagles have got it going on offense. So Camion will be in the gun, joined back there by Noah. He's going to have twins on top of your screen. Z, single wide out down here on the bottom. Hands off to Noah. Noah goes over right tackle, able to pick up about 5 on the play. Just good, tough running by Noah Goodwin. Picks up 4, actually 5, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. Get it out of the shadow of the goalpost. Good job by that line creating holes for him. That right side of that line doing it. Camion in the gun. Man in motion is Lieber. Hands off again to Noah. Noah cracks it again off the right side. He's got some room. Able to break loose. Looks like he may be close to a first down. We'll see where they spot it. It's going to be 3rd and 1, just shy of the line to gain. Ball on the, looks like it's going to be about on the 18-yard line. 3rd and 1 for the Eagles.
Big
Noah
play.
Goodwin.
Big play. We need a first down right here for sure. I'd go back to the same thing. I don't think they can stop Noah for a yard.
It would be very tough unless they're going to key on him. As Camion has it. Camion is going to keep it himself. And Mark, they stopped him behind the line. Camion tried to go around the right side, and he lost probably 2 yards, or at least a yard on the play. Boy, what do you do here? It's 4th and 1. Do you gamble this early, or do you kick it out and make them go some more?
I think you got a gift to that fumble. You need to try and capitalize on it. I would go for it.
So we'll see what they do. They're lined up in the offense, and he's not backing up. He's going to see, couldn't get him to jump. Twins left and right. Now Noah goes to the left side. He is going to back up and punt formation. Has it. Ball is away good. Nice kick, good row. Gets out beyond the 50, and it's going to be blown dead touch dead there at the 46. So the Eagles couldn't take advantage of the turnover other than keeping them out of the end zone.
I mean, all in all, it's a win for Pawhuska, and not, it hasn't hurt them too much, depending on what they can do with this series, right? So.
Right. So this timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller. State Farm Insurance agent Casey Miller, proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663. So teams back out on the field. So for their 3rd possession, Pawhuska has the ball at their own 46-yard line. Foreman in the gun. Man in motion is Snodgrass. Has it. Hands off the Wildcat. He stopped at the line and then breaks the tackle. And he's able to get out beyond the line to gain. And he's still going. He is tough to bring down, but there is a flag. 2 flags. So I'm going to guess that's going to be holding. That'll set him back 10. So, yeah, because most likely, because he had him stopped at the line, then all of a sudden you saw the Eagles not able to get out there on it. But we'll see what the call is. They're discussing it. They are walking backwards now.
Walking back, right.
Now the Pawhuska player was already calling.
He's shaking his head. I ain't gonna know who did it.
Yeah. So Mark, I'm not sure. They said it right down at the line of scrimmage. It's got to go. Offsetting fouls. Okay. We'll see what the call is. They said offsetting penalties. Probably a hold on. They didn't say what the penalty was against the Eagles, but I'm glad there was a penalty of some type because they were way down into Eagle territory. So start that one all over. That one didn't count. 1st and 10 again for the Huskies. Ball at the 45, at their own 46-yard line. And it looks like they're going to now actually into the quarter.
Wow,
after
that was
one,
quick.
yeah, it was fast. Yeah, when you go on the ground a lot like that, it happens. So after 1 quarter of play, it's your Rejoice Eagles 14, the Pawhuska Huskies 6. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller.
Contact Lori McNeil with Dreaming About Vacations for all your vacation needs. Lori is a Travel Alaska certified expert, preferred Universal Orlando agent, an authorized Disney vacation planner, preferred Sandals agent, and a Hawaii destination specialist. Lori is also a certified agent for multiple cruise lines. She covers it all. Contact Lori McNeil for all your vacation needs. She would love to serve you on your next adventure. Call her at 918-906-5730 or drop her an email at Lori@dreamingaboutvacations.com. You can also check out her Facebook page, Dreaming About Vacations, Lori M.
So they flip the ends of the field, so now the Huskies will be going from south to north now as they begin second quarter of play. They've got a 1st and 10 on the 46-yard line. You've got Foreman back in the gun. Low snap has it, hands off again to Wildcat. He goes out to his right side and just pushes him and just can't get, once he gets that momentum going, he's hard to bring down. So that's going to bring up a 1st down as they needed 10, got 10. Now on the Eagle side of the field at the Eagle 44-yard line.
What's killing us is we just can't get off the blocks over here on this on this side of the near side of the field. We've got to be able to get off those blocks.
And you got twin tailbacks back there. Now this time they hand off to Wildcat. Able to get him down after a gain of about 5. Luke Kirkpatrick on the top of the pile. See who that was on the bottom making that tackle. Looks like that was Camion Complanero coming in and submarining his legs out from under him. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 5, ball on the 39-yard line. As the Huskies mark, that's the other thing we notice is that they take all the time off of the play clock, so they don't want to give us.
It's understandable.
Yeah, they don't want to give us the ball any longer than they have to. So Foreman in the gun, has it, hands off to Wildcat. Brought down in the backfield that time as Tristan White
yes,
tackles him for a loss of a yard back at the 40-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. And I'm sure this is 4-down territory. I wouldn't doubt for the Huskies. We'll see, but we got to stop them on 3rd down first to see if that's a possibility. 3rd and 6 now, ball just outside the 40-yard line.
I'd watch that pass in the flats again right here.
Yeah. You know where it's going. Back to pass.
There he is. He's open.
Almost. Was that intercepted?
I think we did.
Did he get it?
I think we did.
No, I guess he knocks it down.
Oh, man. Who was that?
Tristan White again.
Oh, yeah.
Knocking down the pass.
I thought he got it.
That pass was, again, intended for Wildcat out in the flat from Foreman, so they're going to go for it. At least they're lined up to go for it. You're going to have trips or quads on this side of the line. Nobody out on the wide side, so we'll see if they change that. Now they're going to go and shift everything. Actually, they had kind of a wildcat set or a swinging gate setup.
They're confused too.
So now they've got it twins on top, single wide out in the bottom. They don't know what they're doing. Oh, that's got to be 5 right there as he stands up.
Yeah, I think
they called timeout because they were all kinds of discombobulated. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller.
Torch Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is an Owasso-based family-owned business specializing in heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services. Your trusted partner for Owasso HVAC and plumbing solutions. Give them a call at 918-358-6724 or check them out at torchservices.com.
Our first down sponsor, First Bank of Owasso, for over 60 years, has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence, and they are proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in, and we appreciate Dee Sokolowski and that crew down there. They have been sponsors every year we've ever done this, so they've been a good partner with the Eagles. 4th and 6 here as we reset.
Big play.
Big play. They've already had 2 big defensive stops here today, one with a turnover, one forcing a punt. As going in motion is going to be Snodgrass, and he's going to fake it to him. And he's able to stop him short of the line to gain, so the defense has a defensive stop, and it's going to be a turnover on downs as the defense comes up big again. As that time, you just talked about that a little earlier, Mark, that 12, Foreman, has not run the ball himself yet. He did that time, and he was stopped 2 yards short of the line to gain, and so the Eagles are going to take over in good field position at their own 36-yard line. That's a big stop right there, Mark.
Big stop. Very big stop. Jeremiah Tate, and I think it was Luke Kirkpatrick, both came up there and just chopped him down.
So Camion will set him up at his own 36. Man in motion is going to be Z. Hands off to Noah. Noah goes right up the middle, able to just bang forward. We've got our own banger, folks.
Yep.
And he's able to get up for about 7 yards, maybe 6 on the carry. We'll call it 2nd down and 4. Ball out to the 42-yard line, going quickly. Again, trips on this side of the field. Z is on top. No, actually, that's Holt on top as Camion will look over to get a signal. Noah in the backfield. Second, as Neal has the snap. Out here to Z. Z makes a man miss, but he can't make the second and third one miss. Able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Good try on the PA announcer.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's pretty close. So Z, no gain on the play. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. Ball still on the 47-yard line. The Eagles own 47. Twins on top and bottom of your screen. Man in motion is Neal. Hands off to a counter to Noah. Noah's got some room, and he's got the 1st down and more. Unable to keep his balance, but not before he picks up a First Bank of Owasso 1st down out to the 40, out to the down on the other side of the field to the 46-yard line of the Huskies.
Yeah, and that would have been a touchdown right there.
Yeah, if he could have kept his balance,
up.
He had one man to beat, and he probably would have just ran over him. Twins to the top. Z, the single wide out down here with Neal in motion. Going to be a pass down outside out there looking for Holt Wilson, and he's got him. And he's all the way down inside the 20, inside the Laurie McNeil red zone.
Man,
and a First Bank of Owasso 1st down as he takes it down. And again, Camion threw a perfect ball to where only Holt could catch it.
But then he had the concentration to catch that thing. It was not an easy catch.
1st and 10 on the 14. Catch. Hands off again. No, fakes the handoff. Camion takes himself again, able to pick up a couple this time. And we'll see. Yeah. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Takes the ball down to the 12-yard line. But, I like that. Even though he's not picking up a lot of yards, it keeps him honest.
They got
to watch him. They got to take care of him.
Because we know what can happen if they don't.
Right. Well, yeah. You get him out in the open, and he'll burn you. Twins to the top and bottom of your screen. Noah joins Camion in the backfield. Back to pass is Camion. He's being flushed out. He's got a man out here in Z. Z's going to make a man miss. He does. He slides a tackle. He's down inside the 5. Pushed out of bounds there, but not before he picks up another First Bank of Owasso 1st down. We'll see where they spot it. And that will bring it up 1st and goal at the 4-yard line, it looks like, Mark. Is that where they've set it?
I think that's what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, 1st and goal on the 4.
On the 4, yep.
8:01 remaining in the first half. The Eagles leading 14-6 here in this semifinal action. Max Eichmann now in the slot, and they're going to just give it to Noah and say, go up the middle. You know what to do with it. He gets about 3 on the play. Going to be down to about the 1-yard line. So that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Actually, they'll spot him down at the 2 or the 3. So only a 1-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line. Taking plenty of time. You want to get the right call in because you want to score on this one. You can't waste this. Yep. You don't want 3. You want 6.
You want 6 right here.
Twins on the bottom, single wide out, and Wilson on top. Camion has the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick it up and go the other way with it. Camion able to get back up, see if he can catch him as he's going to be able to pull him down. Wow, we were just talking about it, Mark.
Turnovers.
And Pawhuska did the exact same thing as Camion unable. Actually, that was that Camion that chased him down?
Yeah,
or was that Z? Yeah, Cam
Yep.
chased him down, but not before he saves a touchdown, obviously. Camion's got to forget about that play.
Yep.
And just go back and play defense. So turnabout being fair play. They turned it over once. We've given it back to them. And both times, both were inside the 10-yard line.
Exactly.
Both teams going in to score and turning it over, going the other way. So the Huskies are going to have it 1st and 10 at the Rejoice 22-yard line. Another going to have that defense
Yep. This is
step up here,
exactly.
calling on them again to do it again. This time you're going to have that old T formation there for the Huskies. For Foreman, hands it off to Snodgrass, or to Wildcat.
Yep.
And he gets down to about the 15. Well, actually, he's, the 16-yard line. Be a gain of 7, though. Actually, we'll call it a gain of 6, so it'll be 2nd down and 4. Ball on the 16-yard line.
He is a handful.
He is. He's a load. He's big and he's strong. And he's a load to bring down. So Foreman in the gun, joined back there by the aforementioned Wildcat. As he hands it off to him again, and he's able to go upfield and able to pick up a 1st down. They'll have it 1st and goal. I think that was Tristan White out there. As they have it 1st and goal now.
And he's another one. I mean, we've got to get penetration somewhere and stop him in the backfield. Not let him get ahead of speed up.
And that's Van Wildcat. We're not saying that he's in the Wildcat. We're saying that's his last name, Van Wildcat. He's still back in the backfield. Twins top and bottom of your screen for Foreman. Wildcat joins him back there in the backfield. Man in motion. Hands off again to Wildcat. He goes out the left-hand side, and he's taking it out. The leg's taken out from under. Who was that submarine him out there? And he's still down there. Okay, they're just – and that was Neil Lieber on the tackle.
Good tackle. Save touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely, because I was going to say he's going to walk in, but Neil said, not so fast, my friend. Not if I've got anything to do about it. 2nd and go from the 3 now. Again, defense is going to have to just crash in. Hands off to Wildcat again. That time they stopped him at the line for no gain. Several in the middle of that field or that line able to stop him.
I think it's Trey Sanchez just squared him right up in the hole that time.
So it's going to be a 3rd. And you're right, Trey Sanchez. I think Jeremiah Tate also in there. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and go from the 3. Got to be called on and do it again. Twins top and bottom for Foreman with Wildcat joining him in the backfield. Hands off to Wildcat again. This time he's able to plow his way in. Oh, actually, they're going to say he was just short, Mark, and I thought so. He put his knee down. He drug himself in. It's going to be 4th and goal at the 6-inch line. So this is huge. This is huge right here, as they're going to have a 4th and go from the 6. And actually now they're going to say he was in. The sideline judge on this side was calling him down short, but they are giving him the touchdown, so that draws them within 14-12. And again, they've got that funky swinging gate out there, and they've got that guy that's perpendicular. Oh, the ball's straight pass over to him. And incomplete. Who was that? It was Luke Schaefer out there breaking it up. Actually, it was Hope Wilson breaking that up, and that's where they take that snap, Mark, and they snap it straight back to Wildcat, who is sitting over there in the tailback spot, not to Foreman, and then he tried to get it out to his receiver, but Hope Wilson able to knock it up, being in the right place at the right time, being able to defend that pass. So now your score with 4:41 remaining in the first half is the Rejoice Christian Eagles 14 and the Pawhuska Huskies 12. This time out sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller.
Eagles fans, make sure to stop by Billy Sims Barbecue for that pregame tailgate celebration. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or just hungry for delicious barbecue, be sure to visit our Eagles football sponsor, Billy Sims Barbecue, at 12416 East 86th Street North in Owasso.
So the Eagles now will have a chance They're going to have to take care of the ball. Again, both teams,
Yeah.
you can say, well, dang, we could have gone up. Well, so could have they.
So could have they,
They did
exactly.
this exact same thing. The only difference was they were able to take our turnover and put points on the board with
That's
it.
a big difference, and that's why turnovers. You can be a really good team and not overcome your turnovers if you don't take care of the ball. So we've got to certainly make sure we stay on the right side of that number.
So now they'll kick off to the Eagles. Back deep is Camion. Up. Actually, Camion's up. He's going to be your short man along with Hope Wilson. You got ZZ back deep
And Alex.
along with Alex Jorman.
Yep.
So pick your poison here. I was waiting for the signal to kick it off, and he gets it from the wide hat. That is Snodgrass, Jamie Snodgrass,
Bouncing
kicking
on
off.
the ground this time, right to Alex again.
Going to be picked up there that time, and then fakes it to Alex. Alex got the outside. Man, he had blockers marked.
Yep, he had room to run.
If he gets past that last guy, the other two guys were going to be blocked, and you're not going to catch Alex if he gets out in the open. But nevertheless, a good return. Brings it out to the 31-yard line. So the Eagles will have 4:31 to see if they can't widen this lead again, as it's 1st and 10, Eagles on their own 31-yard line. You're going to have twins left and right for the Eagles. You got Noah joining Camion in the background. Back to pass, going downfield. We'll see. Not sure. There was a whistle before the play.
Procedure. He's calling procedure.
And Mark, one of the things that they're doing after the play starts is they've got an electronic horn over there, and that's not supposed to be legal.
I was going to say they shouldn't be allowed to do that.
I mean, the horns on this side are just manually done by their mouths, so it's going to be a loss of 5 on the penalty on the procedure. 1st and 15 now. Ball back inside the 30, back out just outside the 25 to 26-yard line.
Yeah. I don't think it's really making any difference, but
yeah. Trips on top. Back to pass is Camion, looking that way, floating that way. Ball's going down the field, and he's just throwing it up for grabs. Throws it short. And that's another turnover by the Eagles, as looks like that was number 11 for the Jarek Edwards intercepting the ball. And so the Huskies will have it 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 48-yard line. So, man, 2 quick turnovers here. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers on that one, and that was probably one their
should not have
obviously
thrown that ball,
2020 hindsight's is a good thing to have, maybe not, but looking at 2020 hindsight, probably should have pulled that one and just see what he could get, because he was throwing off balance and just kind of floated it up there. So now you're going to have twins on the bottom, single wide out on top. And Wildcat goes over the left side, tackled by a host of Eagles on that right side of that Eagles line. Neil Lieber on the tackle. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and a long 8, short 9 for the Huskies. 3:58 remaining in the first half. Eagles clinging to a 14-12 lead here in Oologah, Oklahoma at Mustang Stadium on this semifinal action. And only 9 seconds left on the play clock. Looks like they're going to call a timeout, as Foreman, I think he was maybe a little confused on his play. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance State Farm Insurance agent Casey Miller.
State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud Rejoice Eagles supporters for surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life. Visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
Eagle fans, make sure to stop by Billy Sims Barbecue for that pregame tailgate celebration. Whether you are gearing up for the big game or just hungry for delicious barbecue, be sure to visit our Eagles football sponsor, Billy Sims Barbecue, at 12416 East 86th Street North, right back there in Owasso.
Well, it's kind of interesting. Everybody was kind of confused what was going on, so it's kind of interesting when you see that. Whenever the offense is supposed to be driving the ball, and they weren't even for sure how they were going to line up.
So they're in that T formation. He hands off again to fakes it to Wildcat, pitches it out to number 7.
Square him up.
He's going to be, he drives forward.
Yep,
tackle out there by Camion. We had him in the backfield.
Yep.
Camion, Tristan White, and Cade Schaefer. He's able to get the yardage he needed. Picks up about 8 on the play, 9 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Huskies at the Eagles' 38-yard line. Defense needs to stiffen up right here. They're in 4-down territory. Back to pass the Foreman. He's looking downfield. Got his man out here in the flat. He's going to be tackled there.
Yeah, he's going to get a horse collar on him.
Yeah, they're going to call a horse collar on him.
Yep.
Cade Schaefer with the tackle, but they're going to add half the distance to the goal on that. So that'll put the ball down about the 12-yard line, 11-yard line. They're going to have it 1st and 10 there from the 11. Boy, and I think the Eagles are a little shell-shocked right now. We've had it so easy, but, man, we talked about this. You just got to be ready as Wildcat sits in the gun. Has it, hands off to Wildcat. He's tackled there. Luke Kirkpatrick hanging on to him on the bottom. Looks like that was Max Eichmann in on the tackle. Gain of about 3. We'll call it 2nd, and they can get a 1st down. Ball on the 8-yard line. They can get down to the 1-yard line for a 1st down, so 2nd and 7.
It's a fight.
It is. And that's what you expect on this. I mean, that's what you want.
For sure.
You don't want it to just be easy. I mean, it can't all be easy because, like we said last week, you get to this part of the season and they're all good. Hands off this time to number 1. Who is that out there going for the tackle but able to get it? But is that Neil Lieber out there? Yeah, Neil Lieber able to bring him down. Going to be down about the 3-yard line. Jesse Snodgrass.
Yeah, Tristan White had him, just couldn't quite get his legs wrapped up.
Got to wrap up. That's Jensen Snodgrass, and he's quick. He's not a great big guy. Well, I say he's 5'9", 165. So none of their guys are just little. They've got a good looking bunch, and their line is big, and they're fast. So Foreman will bring him out. 8 seconds left on the clock, on the play clock. 5 seconds. Foreman waits for the snap, has it. Hands off. This time he's out in the backfield that time, and then Noah's good and got him in the backfield. Still can't bring him down, but they finally do. Man, Mark had him back behind the 5, but he just is so strong. He's just pushing. And Noah, you got it, like you said, Mark, you got to tackle him. No gain on the play. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. Clock ticking down, 1:15 remaining in the first half. Big 4th down here.
Huge 4th down. I know it's kind of dangerous too, but I'd love to see him bring everything they got. Just bring the house right now and try and get some penetration.
We'll probably let that. I'm sure they're going to let that clock go all the way down and call a timeout. Take as much time off the clock as they can. 53 seconds remaining in the first half, and that's exactly what they'll do. So this timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller. You're watching the semifinal action here in Oologah, Oklahoma, between the Eagles and the Huskies.
First Bank of Owasso for over 60 years has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence. And they're proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in.
Contact Lori McNeil and with Dreaming About Vacations for all of your vacation needs. Lori is a Travel Alaska certified expert, preferred Universal Orlando agent, and an authorized Disney vacation planner, preferred Sandals agent, and a Hawaii destination specialist. Lori is also a certified agent for multiple cruise lines. She covers it all. Contact Lori McNeil for all your vacation needs. She would love to serve you on your next adventure. Call her at 918-906-5730 or drop her an email at lori@dreamingaboutvacations.com. You can also check out her Facebook page, Dreaming About Vacations Lori M. So, Mark, I mean, this is obviously the biggest down of the first half.
This is a huge momentum down right here.
Because
one way or the other.
Yeah.
Whatever the outcome of this is going to be the momentum going into the halftime.
So 4th and go, but actually 4th and 3. They can pick up a first down, and so it's actually 4th and 3 on the 3, or 4th and 2. Gives it, and he's tackled, Mark. He did not make the line to gain. That defense hold, that is a defensive stop by the Eagles as they had their backs against the wall. The ball was on the 3-yard line. He had to get to the 1 for a first down, and he got to, I don't know if he got any, Mark.
I don't think he got anything at all. Noah Goodwin came across the line, had him behind the line.
And so it'll be 1st and 10, and you talked about it, Mark. That is a huge momentum shifter. Now all you want to do, I mean, if you can break along one, great. But all you want to do is take that ball, take care of it, go to halftime, say, all right, guys, we're going to regroup. We're hanging on to a slim lead. We get the ball at the start of the second half, and that was just an absolutely massive stop by this defense of the Eagles. Camion in the gun, joined back there by Noah. Has the ball, hands it off to Noah. Noah goes up to the line, no gain.
He barely got out of the end zone.
And I'm not sure why the clock is stopped unless they called timeout.
I don't think any timeouts left, do they?
I'm not sure why the clock was stopped. It was stopped for 10 seconds, Mark. There would only be 29 seconds left. Looks like a loss of a yard, so you got to make sure you get out of that end zone. Absolutely curious as to why the press box stopped the clock. So we'll let this go all the way down, then we may call a timeout to make sure we have the exact right play called.
They started the play clock over again.
And that's fine, too. We'll just let it go down.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's going on in the press box, but it's to the Eagles' advantage. It was the disadvantage. So the Eagles are in a dogfight here tonight, folks, as they lead 14-12, Mark. And, Mark, it's really – we talked about it on the drive up here. It's going to come down to turnovers. Both teams have put the ball on the ground. We've turned it over one more than they have, and it cost us, but no more than it cost them. But actually it cost us maybe a little more because that was a 14-point turnaround. Theirs was just a 6-point turnaround because we kept them out of the end zone, but we're unable to score off of it. So as it is, the Eagles are leading the Pawhuska Huskies here in semifinal action tonight here at Mustang Stadium in Oologah, Oklahoma. And we will be back for second half action. We'll take about a 15-minute break, and we'll bring all of the second half action to you. Don't go anywhere. We've got a barn burner here, folks. If you go anywhere, you need to go and check. I mean, I know you're probably having to check your blood pressure right now, but you definitely don't. I can't understand why anybody would turn away from this game. Get back here and get ready for second half action. Going to receive the ball, Hooker is. They'll receive the ball from the south end. Rejoice will kick off from the north end. And just like we said last week, though, Mark, the teams that we face in the playoffs are just going to be tougher and tougher each week. And this week is certainly no exception. We're very familiar with the Hooker Bulldogs, having faced them in the championship. Well, welcome back to halftime here at Mustang Stadium in Oologah, Oklahoma, where your Rejoice Christian Eagles lead the Pawhuska Huskies 14-12 in a dogfight here, as the couple of turnovers by the Eagles have stopped a couple of drives, one deep in Husky territory, but that defense doing what they do is they were able to keep them out of the end zone on 4th and 3 at the 4 and stop them down on the 3. They're only a 1-yard gain to keep them from scoring there at the end of the first half to keep this very narrow lead. Looking at some of the halftime stats, in first downs, Rejoice only has 6 first downs in that first half, Pawhuska 11. Rushing, Rejoice had, rushing 12 rushes for 20 yards. Mark, we got to get a running game going. On the flip side of that, though, Pawhuska 29 rushes, most of those coming from Wildcat, Van Wildcat, for 148 yards. Passing, the Eagles 6 for 7 and 1 interception for 149 yards. And Pawhuska 8 for 12 for 86 yards. Total yards, Pawhuska 224. Rejoice 169. Rejoice has had it for 19 plays and Pawhuska 41 plays.
That's
so
twice. More than twice the number of snaps.
Yeah. So, Mark, I mean, if you were to look at that on score, you thought, okay, well, Pawhuska's leading. Well, except that we have a good extra point kicker, and apparently they've gone for 2 twice, and the defense able to stop them on those 2-point tries to keep them out of the end zone to keep this lead at 14-12. And, Mark, I can't help but think if we can have no more turnovers in the second half, and, Coach Eckel, I'm sure he's got his game plan drawn up to stop Wildcat, Van Wildcat, number 5, their big back, and we talked about it before the game. He is, and actually, Mark, the thing that really surprised me, looking on film and looking tonight, he's much faster than I thought he was whenever I looked at him on film.
He's deceptively fast. He's just a strong runner.
Yeah.
I mean, beyond that, he's just a strong runner. And you've got to get his legs wrapped up or he's not going to go down.
I would be surprised if out of that 148 yards they have rushing, if he doesn't have 120 of it. Because, he's got at least 100 of it.
Oh, for sure.
Because other than a few carries by Snodgrass, it's been pretty much, and I think one carry by their quarterback, it's been pretty much the Van Wildcat show for them, as he has just been so hard to bring down. He busted over, and it doesn't really matter. If he gets out and around the end, he just turns it upfield, and he's hard to bring down once he gets that momentum behind him because he's so big and so strong.
For sure. And like I said, he's deceptively fast. He eats up a lot of yardage when it doesn't look like he should be. And just, look up, also he squirted 10 yards down the field when you thought he should have been stopped. So it's we're going to have to get that stopped, or we're going to be fighting with that the rest of the game.
And both teams put the ball on the ground inside their own 10-yard line, whereas the Eagles, they were unable to – I guess the bright side of that is that they didn't let the Huskies score, and so they forced them to – forced the ball out 51, didn't score on that one. But the Huskies able to do the same thing for the Eagles. We got it down inside the 10-yard line and put the ball on the ground, and they were able to take that one, though, and they ripped it up the field almost down to 20. Cam able to make the stop. But then that defense able to make that huge goal line stand.
That's the play of the game right there. So in my opinion.
So far that's the big. Yeah, because we're going to get the ball to start second half play, and they're going to have to kick off to us. They don't look like they've got the ability to kick it out of the end zone, not in the air anyway. So there should be a chance for either Z or Camion or Alex Yorman or a number of guys that could get it. Looks like you're going to have Z and Alex back deep for the Eagles. You're going to have Tristan and it looks like
Luke
Schaefer up. And, well, actually you're going to have Camion. Yeah.
Holt and
Camion.
They're moving around everywhere. Exactly.
Right. So you're going to have short men are going to be, not that they're short, but are going to be Camion and Holt. Up to receive the kick up short. Back deep is going to be ZZ Okel-Floese and Alex Yorman back on their own. They're sitting about on their own 15-yard line.
It's almost like we're expecting an onside kick here.
Yeah, you got your hands team guys out there. And so Snodgrass, number 1, will kick it off. 5'9", 165-pound sophomore for the Huskies. As he looks over, we'll see what he does. And he does just a little pooch there, and it's going to be taken there by Z. He's out to the left side, and he's got some opening. It looks like we're going to probably have a hold, I'm going to guess, as Z able to take it out to about the 45, but the flag was thrown at about the 39. So if that is a hold, that will start the Eagles out on their own 29-yard line. As we'll see if they walk it off. We'll see if that's the call, and it looks like it is. As they're going to go backwards. They'll go back. Actually, it's going to be about the 37, so it'll be down at the 27-yard line. So they'll start their 28-yard line. They'll start their first series here in the second half on their own 28-yard line. You just want to take care of the ball.
For sure.
And march right down the field, just like you did on your opening drive.
Yeah, for sure. It's not super cold out here, but it's definitely
cold. It's chilly, yeah, especially when you got no sleeves or anything on. Camion fakes the handoff, and they've got him snuffed out in the backfield again. He has just been unable to do anything with it. It's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. Actually, they're going to say a loss. We'll say a loss of 2. It's back outside the 25, outside the 25 to, we'll call it 25 and a half. Nose the ball almost to the 26. Camion, empty backfield this time. No, Noah's he's in the slot. You're going to have twins on top, twins on the bottom. You got a man in motion in Luke Schaefer. They're going to follow Luke out, and he's looking down the throw. Got a man incomplete there. No, I think it was intended for Z, and boy, just right at.
Way short.
Yeah. Right out of the gate, the Eagles unable to make either play work. A loss of 2 on the first down and then an incomplete pass on second down. So that brings up a 3rd and 12 here, as you're going to have quads this time on the deep side or the near side of the field, and Holt on the far side. Camion in the gun, waits for the snap, gets a signal. Standing back about his 20-yard line, has a snap. He's going to be a quarterback draw. He goes up the middle and makes one man miss, but that's about it. Able to get back just outside the original line of scrimmage, so that's going to bring up a 4th and 8. So they'll send out the punt team. We'll see if they punt. Looks like they're going to send Noah out there. Camion will be in the gun. He'll probably drop back to punt. They've got a guy semi back deep, back on the 45. Now he goes ahead and drops back. So Camion kicks it away. And he's going to take it on the run right there, and he's able to make Z miss, and he takes it out, and he's going to make another man miss. He goes out to the right-hand side. He's got some open field out there. He's down to the 40, down to the 30-yard line, and boy, Mark,
wow.
The Huskies have came right out and said, guys, we're ready to play, and if you're not going to match us, it could be problems. They are able to stop the Eagles for no gain, and again, the Eagles have just got to they've got to shake off this slow start here in the second half and give themselves a chance. They took that ball down inside the 20 to the 19, so they're going to have it 1st and 10 at the Eagle 19-yard line. You're going to have man in motion for – boy, there's Wildcat right up the middle. First play, Mark. One play, 19 yards, and the Huskies.
It's like, we haven't woken up.
Just like that, take the lead 18 to 14. And Mark, not only is I think the Eagles shell shock, I think our crowd is, they're, and that's the other thing it does, it takes your crowd out of it.
Yep.
Because it just shell shocks them. They're not used to being behind. I think this is the first time we've been behind since maybe the Cassia game
Well, we were behind for just a very, very brief period of time.
Was it Pocola?
One of them, someplace I can't remember whichever one. But
so they're going to go for 2, and that's going to be Snodgrass, and he's able to get in for 2. So just like that, the Huskies come right out and put 8 on the board in less than 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. 10-14 remaining in the third quarter, and your Eagles now trail the Huskies 20-13 here in semifinal action. And this timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller. So, Mark, the Eagles are walking on. We've seen this on teams that we've done this to in the past.
Well, it's a test for sure.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to see how you respond. And, I mean, the Eagles still has lots of time left.
Yeah.
They've shown that they can move the ball. They've shown they can stop them as well.
Right.
They got to get back after it. But you just look on the sideline right now, they're very lifeless.
Right.
You know, we've got to get enthused about this game again because there is no going. This is win or go home.
This is it. Whoever loses this game hangs their cleats up.
Yep.
The other team is going to go down to Edmond, Oklahoma next Thursday night to play for the gold ball. Pawhuska has never won the state championship, so they're in the same boat as what the Eagles were last year, looking for their first state championship, whereas the Eagles are trying to defend their championship and try to go down for a repeat, which is very rarely ever done.
Right.
So they would be in rare territory, but right now they got to worry about this game because they can't have any visions of the gold ball in their head until they take care of this semifinal game here tonight against the Huskies. And right now they find themselves trailing 20-14 with 10-14 remaining in the third quarter, waiting to kick off from Snodgrass. Gets it there, and it's going to take a bounce. And Z's going to pick it up again about the 19-yard line, goes around to his left. He's got some open field. He's out to the 50, down to the 40, not going to catch him. Taillights to the end zone. 10-5, touchdown. Rejoice Christian Eagles as ZZ.
Hey, guys, got 15.
We'll see. Yeah, you've got to be able to not do that because you're killing your team when you do that. If that is against the Eagles, which he was taunting a little bit as he was going into the end zone. Hopefully that's on both teams. We'll see what they call as these tied it up 20-20 on an 80-yard run, 81-yard run. And it looks like they're going to ask their coach, what do you want to do? You want to do it on the try or do you want to do it on the kickoff? We'll see what the call is, because I'm sure it was unsportsmanlike on Z. The touchdown was good.
Yes, absolutely. It was
unsportsmanlike on Z as he just continued to mouth as he came off. And you just got to be able to keep your head, it's kind of like, and I always hearken this back as they will have it on the kickoff as Duncan Andrus will attempt the extra point to take the lead back. And he does, and the Rejoice Christian Eagles, after that Billy Sims barbecue touchdown of 81 yards, are able to go back up on top, 21-20. But you got to be able to keep your head, keep your cool.
Yep.
And, Mark, I kind of hearken it back to the days of Barry Sanders. You never saw when Barry Sanders scored a touchdown, and he was one of the best all-time running backs, and it was – once he got in over the end zone, he turned around, found the officials, and here you go.
Exactly.
Never said anything. You got to be able to do that. So the coaches have got to be able to talk to Z and say, okay.
Well, the adrenaline's up.
It is high. It is high, and I'm sure. And the thing about it is, that they've been mouthing to the Z the entire game.
Of the game. Exactly.
And that's just kind of retribution on his part.
Yep.
And he's going, there you go. That's why I'm going to OU. Did you see my speed? Oh, yeah, no. You saw the back of my jersey because that's all you could see. And so the Eagles, though, they're going to have to kick it off from their own 25-yard line as they'll walk off the 15-yard unsportsmanlike. So regardless of what happens here, Duncan is going to do all he can.
I don't think this will be a touchback.
No, it won't be a touchback. If it is, it'll be a shocker unless it rolls back there, as he'll be kicking it off from his 25. But again, you're right, Mark. Adrenaline's going.
Yep.
You got that. You finally got out there. You broke open. You kind of quieted down their chippiness and their talk. as he's been having it the whole time. And he showed why he's a 3-star D1 athlete, as Duncan Andrus will see how far he can get it. Might be a good time for a little pooch and see if you can go down and cover it, as he'll put as much of a toe in it as he can. And it is deep. It's back at the 10. So they're not going to get as much as they thought they were going to, and they've got it snuffed out right there. And so, Mark, here they have a 15-yard walk-off, and all they can do is get it out to the 28-yard line. Yep. Great coverage by this kickoff team, and just a great kick by Duncan.
It was deep,
I mean, if that would have been at the 40 mark, that thing would have been in the back of the end zone.
Absolutely. I mean, it landed literally in the air to the 10-yard line.
So now this should fire up your defense. They should come out just as strong as they possibly can to shut down this running game of the Huskies, as they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Boy, you need a 3-and-out or a turnover on downs here.
It would be huge.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't think there's any secret about where the ball's going to go. We know who's going to get the ball here.
Foreman in the backfield. Actually, it's Snodgrass. It's a Wildcat with Wildcat. Good job by Camion, as only a gain of about 2. Actually, maybe even 1. Did he get anything?
I don't think he got anything.
Great coverage that time by Camion. They tried to do this in the first half where they went away from their bread and butter, and that's the only thing that's been working. No gain on the play as Camion shoves him out of bounds, and that was Snodgrass in the Wildcat. So now you got Foreman back there in the gun, joined back there by Wildcat. Has it, fakes the handoff. No, he does.
Snodgrass again.
And, Snodgrass again, and he's still able, and for a little guy, he is strong as he pushes forward. Gain of about 7 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 at the 34-yard line. It's going to be a long 4, a short 3. They got to get out to the 38. Actually, it is going to be 3rd and 4. Big 3rd down here, Mark. We can get a stop right here and get a 3-and-out. As you got Foreman in the gun, takes the snap, back to pass to Foreman, looking downfield. Out. We may have procedure. Yeah, we absolutely do. 5 back, welcome back 5.
That makes a difference.
False start or procedure. Either way, they're going back 5 towards their own goal line. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
I hate to say anything, just so I don't want to jinx it, but it's been a pretty clean game.
Yeah, very few penalties, and most of them have been self-inflicted. We've had a horse collar and an unsportsmanlike. But other than that, yeah, it's been really clean. 3rd and 9 now. Ball back inside the 30 to their own 39-yard line for the Huskies. Foreman in the gun. He's got a tight trip on the top. He's going to go back to pass. He's being front shoved out, and that is Cade Schaefer there making the tackle. And they're going to get him for a sack all the way back to the 20-yard line as they pin their ears back. Max Eichmann, Noah Goodwin, and Tristan White taking care of Foreman that time. Dropped him for a loss of about 7 on the play. That'll bring up a 4th down and 17 for the Huskies.
I've been waiting all night for that one.
Yes, absolutely. As he went back to pass and they said, okay, here we come. They just pinned their ears back. So now back to catch this punt is going to be Neil Lieber. Kick is away, and it's kicked it away from Neil.
Get away from it.
Yeah, and it's going to take – and they're still chippy out there on – and he just got to keep his head. You got to keep his head as they're going to do it because they know they can get into his head. And so they've got to do –
they'll dial it up at that point.
He's got to realize they're going to try to take advantage of it. This is a big drive right here, Mark.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you drive down, make a score here, and it's going to change the entire demeanor for sure.
3-and-out for that big vaunted defense of the Eagles. They're not big, but they're big in heart, man. Performance, big time. So back in the gun is Camion. Waits for the snap, has it, hands off to Noah, and they've got him stopped behind the line. It's just been so tough. They've got a big line, and they're good. You know, unlike other lines that we've seen lately where we're able to outquick them, these guys do a really good job of defending the run and a loss of a yard.
It's been tough all night long.
It has. So we'll have to see if we can't do something else besides that, because that play has not worked all night except for a couple of times, but not very much.
I like that counter play we ran in the first half. I think that's the first time I'd seen that in a long time.
Camion.
I think it would work well here tonight.
Max Eichmann in the slot, looking to pass to Camion, going downfield, going long. He's got a man down there. Oh! In and out of the hands of Luke Schaefer. And it looks like they're going to call a pass interference. We'll see. Yeah, pass interference, Mark, as I think they had hands all over him, so that'll be a 15-yard penalty. That's going to take the ball down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line.
Luke still almost made that catch.
He did. Going backwards as he was being shoved backwards. So that'll be 15 on the Huskies. That'll set them up 1st and 10 at the Huskies. Should be about the 25, I guess, is where they're going to set it down. Ball was on the 35, or is on the 40. 1st and 10 for the Eagles via the penalty. As Camion looks for the signal. He's going to have twins down here on the bottom, single wide out with Hope Wilson on the top. Noah joining him in the gun in the backfield. Man in motion is Max Eichmann out here in the slot. Camion's going to try to run it again, and again, there's just nothing there, Mark. Nothing there. They've got that. I mean, that's almost like one of those, maybe you could act like you're going to run it and do a little jump pass or something, because as soon as he takes the ball, they're just keying on him, and he takes one step. Duncan, we've just been informed, is at 61 touchbacks, so I guess he was about 57 or 58 before the game started at 61, so he still could get to it. Hopefully get to it tonight.
Let's get it tonight, exactly.
Camion has the snap, fakes the handoff, going around his left side. He's got a little more room this time, makes a man miss. That's the best run he's had all night, able to pick up about 7 or 8 on the play. 7, we'll say. We're going to say, about 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Ball down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. I'm sure we're in 4-down territory, or do you let Duncan kick a field goal? I mean, it's a tight ball game.
It's a tight game. I ain't got to take the field goal if we get a chance here.
Hopefully we won't have to worry. We'll get the field goal, but it'll be for an extra point, as they'll have twins to the bottom, single wide out on top. He's going to take it and go to his right. Got some room out here. He's down to the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown! Rejoice, Christian Eagles! That's a Billy Sims barbecue touchdown of 17 yards, as he takes it in for the score, but it looks like we may have no flag on the play. We just have an injury. Yeah. I think Camion broke his ankle as he made him miss, but the score was good. So the Eagles go up 27-20. We'll take an injury timeout here. This is the Eagles with that Billy Sims barbecue touchdown now lead 27-20. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller.
Contact Lori McNeil with Dreaming About Vacations for all your vacation needs. Lori is a Travel Alaska certified expert, preferred Universal Orlando agent, an authorized Disney vacation planner, preferred Sandals agent, and a Hawaii destination specialist. Lori is also a certified agent for multiple cruise lines. She covers it all. Contact Lori McNeil for all your vacation needs. She would love to serve you on your next adventure. Call her at 918-906-5730.
Well, Mark, you can only shut down a good runner for so long.
Yeah, he finally got out there.
Camion got 2 good runs, and that last one for 17, 18 yards for the score to put him up 27-20. And Duncan will see if he can add the exclamation point here to put him up 28-20. As Tanner Piazza has the snap down, and the kick is up, and it's good. And your Rejoice Christian Eagles lead the Pawhuska Huskies 28-20 with 5:30 remaining in the third quarter. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller for surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life. Visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
Torch Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is an Owasso-based family-owned business specializing in heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services. Your trusted partner for Owasso HVAC and plumbing solutions. Give them a call at 918-358-6724 or check them out at torchservices.com.
And Mark, boy, I mean, that was too big. I mean, they let up that early. I mean, they didn't do anything with their initial series.
It was looking weak.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, and they go right down the score, and then we score twice. That's how you like to do it. And now this defense, I mean, you've got to realize that, okay, guys, we are just as good. We're better than this team. We just haven't played up to our potential, not like we have been, and it's taken them maybe a half to get warmed up. They should be ready to go now with a 28-20 lead.
For sure. Like I said, if you can't get excited about this game,
there's something wrong with you.
Something wrong with you.
So Duncan will try to put it in for his 62nd touchback of the year as they will come in that punt or that kickoff formation. And he boots it, and he does. That's number 62 there as he continues to add to his record of touchbacks for Rejoice Christian Schools. And he's told us 3 or 4 weeks ago his goal is to get to 65. I don't think he's good. He may be able to get it tonight. I hope he does.
I hope he does.
Because that just means we're going to score 3 more times. So the Huskies, they'll start out at their own 20-yard line. Man, what you can't do right now is just let them go right down and score quickly.
No. Cannot let up. This is not a game you can let up in at any time.
Because the Huskies aren't.
No.
They're going to come out and give it 100% right off the bat.
Like I said, they know it's win or go home also.
You've got to win each down, like you're always saying, Mark. Win each down as Foreman in the empty backfield this time, empty gun. Goes back to pass, and he's going to be rushed out. He's going to do a little screen.
Oh, good job.
And great job. Camion making the play as he was under pressure from Noah Goodwin. I think, and Max Eichmann, was also. And Camion said, I can get you behind the line of scrimmage, too. As that little screen, they thought, okay, let him go. And they had that middle screen and a loss of a yard. So it'll be 2nd down and 11. Boy, if you can get a 3 and out here, maybe you can start creeping in the doubt in the Huskies' mind as you continue to build on your confidence and momentum. 2nd and 11 now for Foreman. Back to pass again. They're going to the air again, and he's going to go out to his left side. He's rolling out, and he just throws it out of bounds as he's being pressured out there by Max Eichmann, I believe. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Like you're saying, what happens is you just force them out of their game plan.
Yeah, absolutely. And this hasn't been their game plan to just pass on every down, and they've done it 2 in a row here.
I'm just really surprised they're not just continuing to lean on Mr. Wildcat.
So this time, Wildcat will join Foreman in the backfield. And actually, he's going to be out in the slot. And they're kind of confused. So they've got that funky play there. We've seen this on film. So this time you've got Wildcat or Snodgrass, and they get it over to him, and he's looking to pass. He's going downfield. And is he able to hang on?
Yeah,
he sure did. And there's that funky formation that we talked about, Mark, that trickery. It's not something you'll see, but it worked for him, and they were able to get it for a 1st down. Looked like it was well covered, but we were just a little bit behind him as they do that little funky little play where they get it to Snodgrass or Foreman as he's sitting out in the slot. He's able to throw it for a 1st down. This time he sits in the quarterback spot. Got a man in motion in Snodgrass. Has it, hands it off again to big number 5, and he's going down the field. They're finally able to get him down out there. Looks like that's Camion and Max Eichmann. And maybe. So Cade Schaefer out there. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 1, 9 on the play.
Tristan White had a shot at him in the backfield.
But he's just so strong.
He's so strong.
Yeah, he does a great job of stiff arming and keeping him away.
Yep.
Foreman in the gun. Hands off again to Wildcat. He goes around this side. He's going to be able to pick up the first down. He just keeps driving. We'll see. We're all kinds of flags here. That was Max Eitman with the tackle. Got to keep your head here. Got to keep your head. Don't let them get into your head. We'll see if it's offsetting, because we had one in the backfield, but you also had one around about where the tackle was made. So it looks like it's going to go against the Huskies. They're going to walk it off against the Huskies, Mark. Dead ball, personal foul against the Huskies.
Whoa.
So
I think it's all an extracurricular.
So he picks up the first down. I think he'll pick up the first down because it was a dead ball, and I think he picked up the line to get. Actually, I guess they go back to the preceding spot. So that's going to back them up to. Yeah, it is going to be first down.
Yeah, it's because they're moving the chains. Yeah, that's.
After the completion of the first down.
Wow.
First down and 10.
So it'll be a 1st and 10. Backs them all the way back up inside their 45 to the 43. Both teams are very competitive right now, and it's just very hard for them not to beat Chippy as Foreman sits in the gun, joined back there by his big back Wildcat. Man in motion is Snodgrass. Hands it off to Wildcat. He goes up, and right there's Tristan White.
Yep.
And on the bottom of the that was number. We don't have a 77, so I'm not sure who 77 is.
But he blew that play up, though.
He absolutely did. Tristan White, he's had him a game tonight, folks, as that's a loss of 1. And we'll try to find out who 77 is.
Because he absolutely blew that
Not
play
on the
up.
roster. And that's why they haven't called out his number up there, because they don't have it on their roster either, because they've got the same roster we do. That's going to be a 2nd and 11. Ball on the 42-yard line. Back in the gun. Back to pass. It's Foreman. He's looking downfield, looking over.
Oh my
goodness! I
thought we intercepted it.
I thought that went right through Noah's hands. Looked like that. I thought Noah had it.
I thought he did too.
And he zipped that ball right over there and right to Wildcat. Wildcat has got to have over 200 yards overall tonight with passing, with running.
Yep.
He has carried this team. 1st and 10 inside the 20. They're in the red zone on the Eagle side of the field now, as they're down to the Eagle 17-yard line. Foreman in the gun, has a man in motion to Snodgrass. Hands it off to him. He's going around the left side. And he's able to break a tackle. You can't arm tackle. That was Kay. That's really surprisingly.
That's really, yeah.
As he's able to score to narrow that lead to 26. And so they'll go for 2 here to try to tie it up. And so they'll have that swinging gate out there. So we got to be ready for it. Got to keep them out of the end zone on this 2-point try. 1:44 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Now they'll go ahead and line up there. They're going to have Wildcat in the background, or in the backfield. He's just going to take a hand off, and then actually it's going to be Snodgrass, and he's tackled. But I think he's going to roll. No, short. He's going to be short. He actually hit and then rolled in. So that defense stops him. Defense stops him, so the Eagles still hanging on to that 2-point lead, 28-26. Good job as Snodgrass tries to go in and unable to make the extra point, 2-point conversion. As the defense have just done what they need to do so far tonight.
Absolutely.
Now, Mark, you got to match them score for score. You go up and keep maintaining that lead. And pretty soon, if you're hitting your extra points and they're not getting theirs, you're going to widen that lead.
You score more than they do, you win.
Yeah, this timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller. State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller are proud Eagles supporters. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life, visit State Farm Agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent, Casey Miller, today at 918-419-0663. And we'll try to find out who number 77 is and make sure that during the coach's show he gets his just due, because he's done a great job in the middle of that line.
For sure. Well, we're about to the 4th quarter here. So it's getting down to it.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
this may be whoever scores last wins the ball game.
Yeah,
it's one of those kind of games. As they will kick off to, again, they'll kick off to Z or to Alex Yorman back deep, up close. And your up men are Hope Wilson and Camion Compton-Nero. As Snodgrass will kick off. Holt's got 3 catches for 99 yards and a TD. And White and Kirkpatrick both have 8 tackles each, according to our statistician, Mike McNara. As he waits for the all clear to go ahead and kick it off, as he'll approach the ball. And the line drive bouncing ball goes to Alex Yorman. He picks it up about the 15. He's around his left side, tries to make some miss. Able to get out past the 20. About a 6-yard return. So now this offense has got to go and click and move the ball down the field. And see if we can match them. They've been able to score on their last 2 possessions. We need to do the same thing right here. Just keep the train rolling.
It'd be nice to have a sustained drive, but it's really hard if your running game's not working very well. It's hard to do that.
Right.
We got to try.
Yeah, 100%. And it's not working right now. So we've got a timeout. Looks like they've got an injury. It's going to be an injury timeout. He's able to get up and walk away. I think that's number 3, Jack Grooms. As they'll go ahead and bring him back out on the field. So Camion, we'll see if he can keep this offense going. As they've done a good job here so far, scoring 14 points here in the third quarter. They're 14 to the Huskies 12. That's actually, I guess they're 14 because they are able to get that first 2-point conversion. Camion back to pass, looking over. He's got a man out here in the flat, and that's Neil Lieber, but they're out there right on it. Short gain on the pass, completed out here to Neil. But only a pickup of about 3. Bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, the ball's just in the air too long there.
Yeah, that play, if you're going to do that, needs to do quicker. Give Neil, because by the time he catches it,
he's already being
the
tackled.
Defenders are right on it. Yeah, Noah this time joins Camion in the backfield. Neil goes in motion, hands off to Noah. He's going up the right side, able to bust forward for about 5. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short. We'll call it probably 3rd and 3. So 3rd and 3 on the Wildcat right at the 30-yard line. Big 3rd down here. Got to pick it up. Third downs have been tough for us.
It's been tough. That's getting to reflex back that running game, not just not be able to get it rolling here.
Absolutely. We'll see if we can get the right call here. Twins down the bottom, single wide out, and Wilson on the top. Noah in the backfield has it. Hands off to Noah. Noah goes up the right side. He's bunching forward, driving. Markey's going to be short by about a yard. Boy, what do you do here? This is going to be a tough call.
Yep.
Actually, it's going to be 4th and 2.
I think you're going to have to kick it away.
Yeah, you have to, and just hope that your defense can bow up. We're going to call a timeout and talk about it. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and the agent. Actually, that's the end of the 4th quarter, so it'll give them time to talk about it here. Timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller.
First Bank of Owasso for over 60 years has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence, and they're proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in.
Max Eichmann is our Rise Above player tonight, which is sponsored by Torch Plumbing and Heating and Cooling. They are an Owasso-based family-owned business, and they specialize in heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services. Your trusted partner for Owasso HVAC and plumbing solutions. Give them a call at 918-358-6724 or check them out at torchservices.com. Boy, both teams, Mark, are just oh, man, this is a good one, folks.
It's a slug-out.
This is one of those ones that, neither team wants to lose, and they're doing everything they can not to lose. Whoever wins this probably will go play Tonkawa, as they were leading Pecola 17-6 in the first half in their playoff action. And we're setting up as if now he's going to drop back to punt. Camion. And
motion.
Looks like I think he went forward before the snap.
Yep.
He started walking towards the line, and he didn't get set. So that's going to drop us back 5 more, so that makes it really easy to go. And that may have been one where he was going to take it and run.
It may have possibly kind of looked like it.
That's what he's telling him. You took off and started going forward. So now there'll be no doubt, most likely, that he's going to punt this one away. As he will back up. Noah comes up in the slot, has it. Just a little pooch, and not a real good one as it goes out of bounds. Only about a 10-yard kick, Mark.
Wow.
That thing, it's going to give them great field position at the Eagle 40-yard line. Camion's got to shake that off and play defense now.
Yep.
So defense is just going to have – boy, it's really just like the first half. It was just like they came out. We couldn't stop 5. We couldn't stop Wildcat. And they made the plays when they had to, but the defense are able to bow up and do just enough to keep them from scoring in the first half when they had to.
They need to stop them here for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to have – this time you're going to have Wildcat. Now you're going to have Snodgrass in the Wildcat with joined back there by Wildcat. So he's going to take the snap. Waiting for that clock to go down. He's just going to go right to his left and rolls out to his left. Got some room out there. Able to follow his blockers. Picks up about 5 on the play, maybe 6. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. Ball down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Actually, they're going to say right at the 35. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5. And so, you still got Snodgrass in the quarterback spot instead of Foreman. Takes the snap, throws it out here to Wildcat. He's out here, Tristan White's got him there behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. That's Colt Wilson actually taking him down for a loss of 1. And Mark, I don't know if Foreman got hurt. He's over on the sideline, but right now you've got Snodgrass that's quarterbacking for. And I don't know if he was one of the guys that was injured earlier.
I couldn't see who it was over there on the inside.
So now empty backfield this time for Snodgrass. He rolls out, and that looked like they were
blocking the back there.
Yeah, well, they blew it dead beforehand. Looks like we're going to have false start. So that's going to back him up 5, Mark. Mark, this is huge development if Foreman, now he's coming on the field.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what they do. That's really shocking. I mean, as good as they were doing, I don't understand. But, hey, I'm all for it. Because
maybe tweak something. I don't know.
It looked like Luke Kirkpatrick. Well, there's a 40.
Who's 44?
Then 44 is out there. So I'm not sure if we were told that maybe Luke. It's going to be 3rd and 11. Set them behind the chains here. So now you've got Foreman back in the quarterback. He's back to pass, looking over the field. He's looking down the field. And he's smashed right there by Zizi Okufaloazi. As soon as he caught the ball, that was Trip Walker. And as soon as he made the reception,
I'm surprised he was onto that ball.
He was just laid out by Zizi. Yeah, I'm too, Mark. So a gain of 5, but that's going to bring up a 4th down and 6. That D's got to, I don't think he can run, so he's going to, you got to look for 5 or you got to cover your man. If you're downfield, you got to cover your man. Big 4th down here in the ball game as Foreman waits for the snap, barking out orders, and that's too much time, Mark. They didn't throw the flag, and he is caught behind the line, and he's going to be tackled there, hanging on for dear life. Was Jeremiah Tate.
He wanted to let go.
I'm glad they didn't blow it because the clock had gone to 0, and they didn't throw a flag.
They did not. Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
Jeremiah Tate came across there and tackled him for a loss, and so that Eagle did. Now you got to go score, Mark.
Exactly.
Your defense is doing everything they can to keep that lead, and great job on a 3-and-out after a short punt and great field position for the Huskies. Now you're going to have trips down here on this side of the field. Single wide out on top of Wilson. In motion is Lieber. Back to pass is Camion looking down the field. He's going to go long. They're going to go for it all right here. And great job. Oh, tries to go up over his man. It was kind of short thrown that time.
Yep.
But a good job by ZZ to come back for the ball, trying to pick it up. And so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 as it falls incomplete. The Eagles have the ball on their own 41-yard line. Need to take some time off this clock. But, Mark, everything almost has to be through the air because our running game is just they've got it stopped.
Non-existent. It's just almost non-existent right now.
It is hard. You look at their line. They've got a big line, and they are hard to push out of the way and get any type of blocking. Now you're going to have trips in that tight end bunch set. Now Camion's just going to take it around his right. Going to see if he can go upfield. He turns it upfield. He's able to get out almost to the 50.
That helps. Yep.
Yes, it does as he picks up about 7 on the play. They're going to say he was down at the 48-yard line. So 3rd and 2. We'll call it a long 2, a short 3. Got to pick it up here. Boy, you might that short side of the field, of course, you may do the same thing because if he can get out on the end, he just has to pick up 3 yards. We just got to do everything we can, though. This may be 4-down territory. Is it out near the 50?
We need to move this ball on down the field, one way or the other.
Camion waits for the snap, has it, hands off to Noah. No, he fakes it. He goes around to his left side. He's going to try to get it around.
He did
not able to get it, but he's able to pick up another yard. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 2. The ball's going to be at the 49-yard line. Camion slipped a little bit on the turf as he tried to make his turn, but it's going to be 4th and 2 right now. 8:10 in the clock running here in the 4th quarter. The Eagles holding on to that narrow 28-26 lead over the Huskies. As we'll see if we get the call down or if we're going to go ahead and punch it away again or if we're going to go ahead and go for it. Got a man in motion for short. They're going to hand it off to Noah. Banks up the middle, and he picks up the first down. That is a huge first down. First Bank of Owasso first down for the Eagles, and Noah Goodwin as he just drives and said, I'm not going to be denied, and picks it up into Husky territory down to the Husky 43-yard line. Mark, that was sheer determination.
That's a backbreaker for that defense, too. They
met at the line, and he just, they met him at the line, and he just kept driving. Good job by the line to give him just enough. As back to pass, it's Camion looking downfield. He's got a man open in Z. He's got it. He's in for the touchdown. Rejoice, Christian Eagles score on a 43-yard pitch and catch as ZZ Oklahoma. There's your D1 transfer, folks. Go ahead and beat Chippy now. As DZ said, I'll just do it with my hands and my feet. And that could be a huge pass and catch for the TD, the Billy Sims Barbecue TD, as the Eagles go up 34-26 with 7:14 remaining in your ball game. Extra point pending by Duncan Andrus. Oh my, Mark, and that wasn't even close. He was just 10 yards or 5 yards behind the guy and just kept opening up his.
I didn't think he was going to be able to get to that ball. I thought it was going to be too deep for him, but he got there.
And Duncan Andrus puts it through the uprights, and now the Eagles lead by 2 scores, 35-26. And Mark, with their team, I don't know if they can score twice, but hey, you can get lightning in a bottle,
they've gone for chunk plays too, and they've got a couple of them. So you got it.
And anytime Five's got his hands on the ball, he can break it.
Exactly.
And then you got Snodgrass. He's got speed. You got to watch him. But that's just an absolutely huge. We stopped. Got a 3-and-out, and then a 4th and 2. There were just some huge plays on that drive. Absolutely huge plays.
Big plays.
As these Eagles have woken up.
Yeah, that shows the fight that you got to have to be able to win a game like this.
Right. And that's a championship caliber type team.
Exactly, no doubt.
Nothing against Pawhuska. They're a great. They're the best team we have faced since Cassia Hall.
No doubt. And there's still a little ways to go in this game. It's far from locked up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we'll see if Duncan can put number, I think this will be 63 on the board.
Yeah, if he gets 63 here.
We'll see if he can put 63. Again, no win, so he should be able to. He's got to speak of anyway. Wow, what a play, Mark. 43-yard pitch and catch as ZZ just, like you said, that was where Camion just said, all right, I'm going to throw it to where you should be.
You go get it.
I'm throwing it to a spot. You meet me there.
And he got it.
And he absolutely did. Massive score, 34-26. As Duncan waits for the white hat to give him the all clear, gets the signal, and is approaching the ball. And that's going to be short. Right about the 8-yard line. Bring it out to Snodgrass. He's got a head of steam.
Oh, no.
And, boy, he just goes right up the middle, Mark, and we just now talked about it. You can get lightning in a bottle, and just like that, they take it 90 yards, 90 or 85 yards for the score. And, boy, that's why you can't count them down.
Nope.
As they've now narrowed it 35-32. But thankfully the Eagles had a 2-lead score, as they'll, I'm sure, go for 2 here, down 3 points, 35-32, 7:03 remaining. And that's when we got a timeout.
Yeah, that was about the worst thing you could have happen right
yeah,
there.
right up the middle, too. I mean, they just – timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance, agent Casey Miller. And, I mean, it's just – yeah, we just said you can't count them down, and, because they're a really good team, folks. We got so spoiled by the blowouts, and even – even the first round of the playoffs, beating a good Morrison team by 20, and then you turn around and you beat Hooker, who you just played in the state championship last year, and just absolutely blow them out. You're thinking, boy, is there anybody that can play with this team? Pawhuska said we can.
Yep, and I mean, Pawhuska had a dogfight last week too, right? Or 2 weeks ago with Wynnewood.
Yeah, absolutely. And Wynnewood at the time was ranked 3rd in the state. And that's where they put Pawhuska. They just traded places, so they'll see what they can do here. They're going to have bunch set on the left and right of the line, waiting for the snap. Back to pass is Snodgrass.
That's a pass interference anyway.
We'll see. Yeah, that's
offensive pass interference.
Yeah, that would be – and, yeah, they shoved somebody in the back. There's offensive pass interference. So that's going to be – so that's – you decline it.
Yeah.
You decline it. And that can't be interference on it. Well, they did. That's a bad call, Mark, because our guy gets shoved in the back. Shoved in the back to try to make the play.
Wow.
Yeah, these guys have done a good job all night, but that was I've got to question that call.
Yeah,
so now they'll just see if they can do it the old-fashioned way. Again, Snodgrass in the gun. You got a man in motion. Hands off to him, and he's going to go wide. And we'll see and he's able to get into the corner, so they're able to get the 2-point conversion and narrow it to a 1-score game. Now the Eagles lead 35-34. There's still 7:03 left in the game, folks.
Yep. Man, that was a tough one there.
That was. But
all that work.
Hey, but Mark, you look at it, we've got the lead in the ball. We can't come to the sideline thinking that, what just happened? No, you still got the lead, boys.
Yeah, and the way you come back to the sideline and say, okay, now we got to do it again.
So we'll see if what they do here. Again, you just got to bow up. But I've got to seriously question that call right there, because we saw one of our defenders, didn't see who it was, just shoved to the ground, and I don't know what kind of contact there was after that. Didn't really pay a whole lot of attention, because I thought
that was it right there.
Yeah, that's going to be a penalty on them. And lo and behold, I was wrong. Have been before, probably will be again. As the Eagles, man, what a dogfight, folks. What an absolute dogfight. Eagles holding on to the slimmest of leads, 34-33 with 7:03 remaining in the ball game.
35-34.
35-34. Yeah, 35-34. as they are holding on to this narrow lead. You got to go down and take care of the ball here. Just go back and get the score.
Go to work. Exactly.
Do the same things you did the last drive. As they will wait for the all clear, and there's a good one in the other semifinal. And I'll tell you about that in just a second. That one's all right into Alex Yorman's hands, and he's up at the 20 to 25, gets out to the 30, returns it about 20 yards. So whoever wins this game, there's another good one going on over in Catoosa in the other A1 semifinal between Pocola and Tonkawa. It's 17 to 12, Tonkawa over Pocola. So just a really good game going on over there. Well, right now, if you're the offense, you've got to block like you've never blocked before.
Yep. And
give your backs a chance. You're going to have trips down here on the bottom, single wide out on top in Wilson. Man in motion is going to be Luke Schaefer. Hands off to Noah. Noah goes up the middle, and he's got some room. He's out the 40. He's out of the 50. He's over into Husky territory down to the 40-yard line. First Bank of Owasso, first down, as there's that running game, as that line opens up a hole. He says, give me a crease. I'll take a mile, guys. And they did just that. So we can set them back on their heels, too. Now you're going to have Tripp on top with ZZ, the lone wideout down here near the bottom of the screen. As Camion tries to get him to pull off. They've been very disciplined, not doing that all night. They've watched a lot of film.
Team, definitely a well-coached team.
Hennessy always does a good job over there. Back to pass is Camion. He's going to go deep again and he's got it again. ZZ Okwufo. He drops it out of bounds. I thought he had it again. Down inside the 10. And he's staying down, Mark. He's not getting up. He may just got the wind knocked out of him. As he does get back up now. We're going to sub out for him for right now. Looks like, just not sure who went in for him, but ZZ slowly walked back. Probably got the wind knocked out of him on that.
As Tristan went in, I believe.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Eagles. Ball on the Huskies' 42-yard line. There goes Noah again. He's out to the 30. He's down inside the 30, right at the 30, but he picks up another. We'll see where they set him down. They're going to say he might be just short of the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Boy, almost there. Great running by Noah that time again. As that running game is starting to click a little more this time. They had a shutdown in the first half, but we've made some huge gains in this half. 3rd and 1, ball on the 32-yard line. Twins down here on the bottom. ZZ back out on the field. Hands it off again to Noah. He busts over the 30. He's going to be, he does. He has enough for a First Bank of Owasso first down as he gets just what he needs. As it's going to be at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Rejoice. New set of downs. And more importantly, they are eating up the clock.
Yep.
5:25 remaining in your ball game. Just keep letting that clock run. And now you need to do what teams do to us. Don't be in any hurry to snap that ball unless you can find that you've got an advantage on them. And, boy, down here you got single coverage down here on Z.
Oh,
yeah.
Dadgummit.
Yeah. So, Camion, come on now. Be careful. Yep. Don't be getting on your guys.
Yep.
So, it's a false start. As I think it was supposed to have the snap. I think everybody was moving, so I think there was just a missed count. So, that's going to bring a first down and 15. So, that's all right.
The only thing good about that was the clock still ran a little bit.
Yeah. And now they'll wind it again. Boy, I would just take my time.
Man.
No reason to be hurried up to get the ball snapped. Back to pass is Camion. Now he's going to the other side of the field. He's going to Wilson. And if it's a simultaneous catch, touchdown! Rejoice Christian Eagles! They score on the simultaneous catch as Neil Lieber, able to wrestle it away from the defender, and the Eagles able to get the Billy Sims barbecue touchdown and go up 41-34 on a massive play by Neil Lieber. Yet two guys down there for the catch, and Neil said, "This is my ball."
Wow.
As now the Eagles, they'll go for one the old-fashioned way, try to go back up by 8. They lead right now by 7. Big extra point here as Duncan Andrus tries to put him up by 8. As he waits for the snap out of the hold of Tanner Piazza, and it's good. Your Rejoice Christian Eagles now leading 42-34 on just some really good running. The line did a great job of blocking. But what a play by Neil. Mark, that's got to be the biggest play of the game just because he's wrestling it away, and everybody kind of held their breath on both sides of the stands.
Who's got the ball? Exactly.
Both crowds, but it was the Rejoice crowd cheering as they called it a touchdown. I was kind of waiting for the old touchback signal. We weren't sure, and then the official comes in and says, "No, it's good." Wow, what a ball game, folks.
What a ball game. This is something else.
4:52 remaining in the game. What a semifinal match.
I don't think we've seen a game like this in the last few years.
I don't remember. Not like this.
Not like this.
Back and forth, dogfight.
And not because of mistakes. They're good teams.
No, they're both good teams, both quality teams. Duncan's going to say, you know what, I need number 62 right here. I don't want them attempting to run it back. Come on.
Let's get 62 right here.
Coach Johnson's out there saying, Duncan, let's put this one in the end zone. He's going to do everything he can. Like I say, there is a little bit of a win, and I think it's coming out of the south. A little bit out of the east, a little bit out of the south. Now Tonkawa leads 25-12, so it looks like they're going to take care of business in the other bracket. But we can't even worry about Tonkawa right now.
We got 4 minutes and 52 seconds to take care of here.
Yeah. One of these two teams are going to go play them.
Yep.
And we'd like for it to be us, obviously. Duncan, let's see if you can get 62 right here. Plant this puppy. As he waits for the all play, ready to go. Gets the signal. He's going to put everything he can in it. And it's going to be short again there about the 5 on the right side, right hash. They got him snuffed out this time as they get him back behind the 20. It worked out even better. I'm glad he didn't get number 62 because now they've got to go from their 16. So they've got to go 70 or 84 yards as they're down inside the 20, just outside the 15. So they've got to go almost 85 yards now, Mark. This defense, just pin your ears back. They're probably going to go to the passing game. I mean, they've got plenty of time with their backs. 4:47 left in your ball game. The Eagles leading by 8, 42-34. As Foreman back out in the quarterback slot, in the gun. Waits for the snap. Got a man in motion to Snodgrass. Back to pass to Foreman. He's going to get it out there to boom right there as soon as he caught it. And that's
Holt Wilson.
Holt Wilson. Johnny on the spot after a short gain of about 3. Holt made sure he felt that. There was no slipping out of that tackle as he wraps him up for a gain of 3. It'll be a 2nd down and 7. Run clock run. 4:20 remaining as you hear the Rejoice drum corps firing it up over here. Foreman, you got to just feel like this is going to be 4 down territory anywhere on the field with only 4:06 remaining.
Yeah, there's no reason not to at this point. And I'd say if there's any kind of trickery or other kind of special plays they've got, we'll probably be seeing them too.
4:06 remaining in this ball game, folks. Eagles leading 42-34. One of these teams, they're looking for the right to go and defend. As Foreman back to pass, looking to his right, over middle screen. He's got his man open there. He's got some room, and he bounces off, and that's Wildcat again. And we'll see what the flag is. There's a flag out here. It's either going to be a face mask or it's going to be a hold. We'll see what it is. 3:55. It would be a first down if it stands.
And Wildcats down, too.
Looks like we got an injury on the field. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah.
They're not talking to our side, so I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Wildcat. So holding against Pawhuska. That's going to drop him back 10 yards. It'll be 3rd and short. It'll be 3rd down, probably about 1. So they'll have the ball. 3:55. Let's wind that clock, boys. Unless they call the timeout, we need to be winding the clock. Chains are set. Actually, I guess with a penalty, it stops. 3:55 remaining in this classic, and it is a classic. Wildcat was okay as he got up, unless he had to go out for a play. I don't see him out there. You've got actually hands off. Oh, and he's caught. Oh, it looked like behind the line. It is. It's Cade Schaefer able to throw him down. And Max Eichmann. So that's short of the line. It's going to be 4th and 1, Mark.
Oh, well. Yep, here comes.
Okay, 5's back out on the field. So now you got Foreman. Big 4th down here. As they've got to get out. It's going to be 4th and a long one, probably at 4th and 2 closer.
I know it's dangerous to bring everybody right now, but I think you have to. You got to get him behind the line of scrimmage.
Hands it off to him, and he's able. Oh, it's going to be short, Mark. I think they got him before the line to game. We'll see where they spot it.
They blew it dead at it.
Where do they spot it? And they're going to give it to him.
Yep.
He picks up a first down. He got just enough. But that clock continues to run as they never stopped it on that line to gain. That's fine with me. Now they're going to call timeout. I think they're going to go back and probably set it. They're probably going to put time back on the clock.
The Tonkawa's up 31-12 now.
Yeah, that one's a foregone conclusion as that's in the 4th quarter. So they're going to ask them to put time back on the clock because they just kept it running. Should be probably about 2:44, I'm going to guess, 2:45. I'm not sure if somebody called a timeout, but we've got an official timeout anyway, sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller for surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life. Visit State Farm Agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
Nothing says awesome job like the gift of barbecue. Buy Billy Sims barbecue gift cards in store or online and wow that special someone with slow smoke barbecue and lip smacking desserts. Big or small, Billy Sims Barbecue caters to all. They're the barbecue catering experts to make catering your event as easy as 1, 2, 3. From 15 to 5,000, they can customize their catering to meet your needs. Got a group smaller than 15? No problem. We have take-home packs perfect for smaller groups or families. Visit them online at BillySimsBBQ.com or at Billy Sims Barbecue in Owasso at 123rd and 86th Street North.
So I guess it was just a timeout call by the Huskies, but they still show 3 on the board. Still show 2:37 on the clock, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but nevertheless, restart right here. Foreman in the gun, fakes the handoff, looking to pass to his left, looking to pass. He's been rushed out of the pocket, throws over the middle over here.
He caught it.
Did he catch it?
Yeah, he did.
They're saying he caught it. So it'll be a gain of about 8. So it'll be 2nd down and 2. Clock continues to run.
I think they've only had a handful of incompletions.
Yeah.
I mean, he's completed virtually all of his passes.
Right. And great catches, too.
Yeah.
In traffic. I mean, they've done a great job of catching. 2 minutes left in the ballgame, folks. In the gun. They're probably just going to go through the air all the time because clock continues to run, except he hands it off. Great job! Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss is Tristan White. Loss on the play. Takes it back. There was 3rd and 2, and now it was 2nd and 2.
I can't believe you're letting the clock run.
And
why
it
are they not calling
continues to go.
timeout?
No idea, as now it's 3rd. That's a loss of about 4 on the play. It's 3rd and 6, and they're trying to get play. There's only 1:20 remaining in the ball game. Foreman in the shotgun. Takes it, hands off to his big back, and he's going to try to get around near the outside, and he's going to be tackled short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down, and they're calling a timeout now because there's only 1:05 left in your ball game. We're going to keep it right here. There's not going to be any ads, Mark. It's 4th and 3. This is the ball game right here.
Right here. And I can't believe they didn't call timeout. If literally let 30 seconds go off the clock.
Right, yeah.
No timeout.
Because they were trying to get guys in their spots. Everybody, and again, great job. I can't even. Who was that that went fired back there and made the tackle? Or who?
Max
Eichmann. No. Oh, it was Tristan White again.
Tristan White. Okay.
Man,
right.
Tristan White. He already had 8 solos, I think, in the first half. He is just having a game tonight, folks. Turning it on when you have to. This is it. 4th and 3. As there's only 1:05 remaining. If they don't make the line to gain here, you take 4 kneels and you go home with a hard-fought victory. But you got to stop them here. Biggest 4th down of the game, without question. I mean, there's been several of them.
There have been several.
But this one closes the door.
Now. This is it.
Foreman in the gun. And actually, it's Snodgrass. He's going to go to the right-hand side over. He's got the first down and more. He goes out the outside. And they're able to finally get him down. Ball on the ground. I think we got it. We did, Mark. The Rejoice Christian Eagles, they get the fumble as they strip the ball. We recover. And the Eagles, all they got to do is take 3 kneels, and this one's over, folks. As they have it 1st and 10, and that defense comes up with a huge turnover as they get the fumble on the 40-yard line, the 38-yard line, 39. We're going the other way. Camion, the best formation in football, as he'll be in the victory formation, gets the snap, takes care of it, come in and kneel. They can stop the clock 2 more times. I thought they had already stopped it twice, but they still say 2 timeouts. But that's not enough, folks. As he's in the backfield, takes it. Oh, he's going to hand it off to Noah. Noah over the right side, able to bang forward for about 3 yards. They're going to call a timeout. And I don't think the clock ever started, did it?
Yeah, just barely.
Okay.
Just barely.
Only about 3 ticks off of it. So 52 seconds. Pawhuska uses their second timeout. They've got 1 more left. Wow, what a game, folks. This is, again, Mark, I saw a great game last week as I saw my alma mater, as I'm going to check in on them as they played a great comeback semifinal game. I've seen 2 great ball games in a span of 7 days.
This is the best one I've seen in recent memory, at least.
Yeah. Oh, this is a fantastic game, and it's always much more fun when you win.
When you come out on the winning end, exactly.
As Sand Springs is up 25-20 in the 6A2 championship game with about 6 minutes. There's still 6 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
And it's 25-20. So the Eagles are 52 seconds away from going down to Edmond next Thursday night to try to defend their state championship, to see if they can't do back-to-back. And now they can actually start talking about it without worrying about looking past any game. This was one of the best hard-fought games these Eagles have had in a long, long time.
Talk about a quality win.
Absolutely, against a great team. Oh. And it looks like we're going to get 5 as they're a little anxious. So that'll pick up 5 via the penalty where it'll be 2nd down and 1 now.
Oh, he called.
Oh, did they call that on us? Wow.
Oh, well.
Okay. Didn't see it, but hey, I'm not wearing the stripes, so the call had to be right. 2nd and 11. I thought it was going to be 2nd and 1. That moves them back 5, back behind the chain. Hey, still, they can't stop it enough times. As you just got to go take care of the ball. I like the victory formation here as opposed to handing it off because so many bad things can happen. As he hands it off to Noah, Noah wraps it up, goes around his right side, gets out in the open and says, that's all right, I got your first bank of Owasso. First down anyway, as he gets across the 50, gets that first down inside Pawhuska territory at the 49-yard line. And they call their last time. Actually, they don't.
I was going to say, why is the clock stopped?
50-yard line, so they'll see if they can't stop them one more time. We've got to snap it one more time. They'll probably call one more timeout. Now you go to the victory formation. That is a beautiful sight out there in that victory formation as Cam waits for the snap, goes in, takes the knee. And unless they stop it, this one's over.
I think that's it.
And your Rejoice Christian Eagles are going to get to go back to Edmond, Oklahoma at Richardson Stadium next Thursday night to defend their Class A1 state championship as they are going to head down and take on Tonkawa, as that was one of the best hard-fought victories you will ever see, folks. It was a knockdown, drag-out, slobber knocker. And, Mark, we said, the team that scored last, and that's exactly what happened. Able to score last, get that lead, and hang on to it. The defense just played outstanding. The offense did what they needed to do.
They did what they had to get by. Exactly. Yeah. Defense.
Was it now last week we talked about it being just an absolute perfect game by offense and defense. Tonight was a perfect? No. But you know why? Because you had a team making you, forcing mistakes and forcing you to play, and they did what they had to do to come away with the victory. These guys get to go down with a chance to repeat. And, man, if you aren't, it's a Thursday night, folks. And if you don't, what can you be doing on a Thursday night other than coming down to Edmond, Oklahoma at Richardson Stadium to cheer these guys on to see if they can repeat, which is just a rare feat by any school. Unless you're Bigsby. Unless you're Bigsby.
Well, yeah.
But we get a chance to do that as the Eagles they found themselves down. I think they were behind one time tonight. They came back, got the lead back, and never let up and never gave that lead back and came away with a quality victory. If nothing else, Mark, this will battle test them and make them ready for next week against Tonkawa.
Exactly. I mean, it was just a fantastic game, great game. Like I said, it wasn't a perfect game, but it was a great game.
Absolutely a great game.
One for the record.
And it's always more fun when you win.
Absolutely.
We'd be talking about the what ifs if we wouldn't have won.
It's easier to remember it fondly if you win.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, folks, talking about Thursday night, Tuesday night, let's fill up Buffalo Wild Wings as we're going to come down and talk to Coach Marley and the other coaches as he brings them in Tuesday night, and we'll hopefully get some players down there. This was an exciting win. We'll have a great time Tuesday night. Should have a big crowd to cheer these guys on for Thursday night as they are just going to go down, and now they can lay it all on the line. Now they can concentrate. So often we say, what, next game up, next game up, next game up.
There's only one game up now.
Yeah, now you've got it. You've won the 3 to get you there. You got one left.
For sure.
There's only 2 teams playing that haven't hung up their cleats, and we're one of them, baby.
Absolutely.
As we will go down and play Tonkawa next Thursday at 7 o'clock at Richardson Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond, Oklahoma. You're not going to want to miss it. If you missed last year's and you kicking yourself for not being able to make it, well, guess what? You get a chance. You get another chance as you get to see these guys go down and try to do it again as they come away with a victory tonight over the Pawhuska Huskies 42 or 40. Now they cleared the scoreboard.
We won.
Yeah, we won. 42 to 34. Okay, now we remember. Yeah, 42 to 34. They clear off the scoreboard down here, but 42 to 34 here in Oologah, Oklahoma, in semifinal action here. As again, they'll be taking on Tonkawa. Again, you want to be there Tuesday night at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I think if you got the app, Mark, here's another bonus. It's buy one get one if you've got the Buffalo Wild Wings app. So get the app. Go down and
it's free.
And
the app is free.
It's free. Yeah, the app's free, and you can have you and your date. That'll be a good date night. Bring your date down and give her the free wings. So, Mark, any final thoughts before we sign off here?
A fantastic game. I wish I had a little bit better voice to keep up with it, but it was a fantastic game. It was everything you expected it to be, and it truly panned out that way. It was a great game, too. A quality team, quality win, and like you say, a little more battle testing. Just to make sure we've got everything we need where it needs to be before we go into next week's game. And it's just like I said, I think it's the best game that I've seen in recent memory.
It was a tremendous one. You got 6 weeks, Mark, to get that lemon and honey and
6
whatever
weeks.
6 days.
As I say, 6 weeks. I can do it in 6 weeks.
You got 6 days to get that voice in shape for the big game down there next week at Richardson Stadium. Well, for my wingman, Mark Kirk, for our engineer extraordinaire, Todd Whitten, along with his film crew of Mason Kleber. I pronounced it right, I think.
Yeah, Kleber.
And I think, is it Isaac or is it Isaiah?
No, it's Elijah.
It's Elijah Tate. Because normally it's Tyler Whitten, but he had to he took something about going to something about college or something. I don't know.
Got to get your priorities straight.
So for Todd and his film crew, I'm Bill Bush. The Eagles come away with a great 42-34 victory tonight over the Pawhuska Huskies and are on their way to defend their state championship next week, Thursday night, 7 o'clock at Richardson Stadium. Good night. God bless, and go Eagles.